too familiar with pain, I'm too familiar with pride. I've been on my knees 6, but gotten up 7 times. It was never even a question of is it gonna be mine. It's not a matter of chance, just a matter of time. I've been watching the clock, 10,000 hours go by. I keep putting in work, the tears are filling my eyes. I swear I've never been tested like this, but this is mine. It's not a matter of chance, just a matter of time. Never look back. If something's standing in my way, I always push back. If something seemed impossible, I never took that. Nah, cause now I know better. Can't stop, won't stop, I won't quit ever.
I'ma get mine, just a matter of time. Just a matter of time.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the WFCU Center.
Bonsoir, mesdames, messieurs. Bienvenue au centre WFCU.
The Canadian Hockey League, in association with the Windsor Spitfires, are proud to welcome you to the final game of the 2017 MasterCard Memorial Cup.
La Ligue canadienne de hockey, en association avec les Windsor Spitfires, vous souhaite la bienvenue au match final de la Coupe Mémoriale MasterCard 2017.
Fans, please welcome to center ice our official party for this evening's ceremonial face-off.
Chers partisans, veuillez accueillir au centre de la glace nos dignitaires pour la mise en jeu protocolaire de ce soir.
Representing MasterCard.
Représentant MasterCard Canada.
Senior Vice President, Marketing and Communications.
Vice-président exécutif senior, Marketing et Communication, Miloš Vranicevic.
Representing the Windsor Regiment.
Représentant le régiment de Windsor.
Lieutenant Nick Maroukas. Representing the Essex and Kent Scottish Regiment.
Représentant le régiment écossais d'Essex-Kent.
Lieutenant Colonel John Hodgins. Representing the HMCS Hunter.
Représentant le HMCS Hunter.
Executive Officer, Lieutenant Siu Chung John. Representing the 31st Service Battalion.
Représentant le 31e bataillon.
Major Catherine Wolcombe. He was drafted by Windsor and played for the Spitfires from 1990 to 1992. In 1991, he won the OHL Rookie of the Year award. He is a 2-time Stanley Cup champion. And on May 25th, he was hired as the head coach of the Sudbury Wolves. Representing the Windsor Spitfires alumni, please welcome Corey Stillman. We now ask that the captains please join our official party for tonight's ceremonial face-off.
Nous demandons aux 2 capitaines de se rendre au centre de la glace afin de rejoindre nos dignitaires pour la mise en jeu protocolaire de ce soir.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the colors for tonight's anthem are Sergeant Wright for the Essex and Kent Scottish Regiment, Sergeant Valigini for the Windsor Regiment, and Chief Warrant Officer Bykowski for the 31st Service Battalion.
Mesdames, Messieurs, pour présenter les bannières ce soir, du régiment écossais d'Essex-Kent, le sergent Wright, du régiment de Windsor, le sergent Valigini, et du 31e bataillon, l'officier-chef Bykowski.
Please stand, remove your hats, and join us in the singing of the American and Canadian national anthems as performed this evening by Margaret Slack and Abby Neves.
Mesdames, Messieurs, veuillez vous lever, retirer chapeaux et casquettes pour l'interprétation des hymnes nationaux, interprétés ce soir par Margaret Slack et Abby Neves.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early the twilight's last gleaming,
whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy son's command. Qu'à ton bras se porte l'épée, il s'est porté la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée, tes plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for
We're sold out here at the WFCU Center in moments. The puck drop, Erie Otters and Windsor Spitfires. But, you know, we talk so much about how much of a surprise Windsor has been from that first Jeremiah Addison goal in that St. John game last Friday. Ever since then, they have never trailed in a game. Have a look at some of these leading numbers as it relates to the Windsor Spitfires. They have never trailed. They've only been tied 14 minutes and 45 seconds. And look how long they've led in all three games en route to dispatching Seattle, St. John, and the Windsor and the Erie Otters. Your thoughts on the top line, though, Todd?
Well, it's Velarde, it's Addison, it's Natanen that have played so well in the last half of this tournament. I want to see Bracco, I want to see Brown, I want to see their top line come to play today as well.
And for me, it's desperation. Erie Otters took them a little while last time these two teams played. End of the game in St. John game in the semifinals, they turned it on. It's going to have to be from the start with both teams. Desperation, one game.
All right, here we go. Let's go ringside. Rob Falls with Jeremiah Addison.
A lot was made of the 44-day break, but you've now had 3 games. It appears that your Windsor Spitfires are in game shape and ready to go.
Yeah, the boys are ready. We worked, put in the work, so it's time to go out and just go to work now.
You had success against the Erie Otters in the round robin. Same game plan? Do you change anything?
No, we just got to stick to the game plan, keep being physical, and handling business.
Thanks very much.
Thanks for having me.
Very businesslike and ready to go. Jeremiah Addison and the rest of the Windsor Spitfires. First period of the 2000 2017 MasterCard Memorial Cup. Let's go to the voices that will call it. R.J. Broadhead and Sam Cosentino.
Windsor and Erie have made it to the night they set as a goal about 8 months ago. It comes down to one game to determine which team achieves that goal. And speaking of goals, they're usually tough to score against these two teams. Erie, second best goals against. Windsor, third best in the OHL. Troy Timpano, 19-year-old from Pickering. He was second in the league in wins, third in goals against him. He had 4 shutouts. You can see his numbers at the MasterCard Memorial Cup. Michael DiPietro, 17 from Amherstburg. He has the best numbers among goalies at the MasterCard Memorial Cup. He will be drafted in June, and a big game tonight could help his draft stock. The Erie Otters, the OHL regular season champions. The playoff champions, they win the J. Ross Robertson Cup. And the Windsor Spitfires, the host team, they knew all along that they would be playing in the MasterCard Memorial Cup. What they hoped is they would play in this game tonight. It is a full house at the WFCU Center. It is packed, it is loud for these two Western Conference OHL rivals to determine who will win the MasterCard Memorial Cup. Gabriel Velarde chips it out to center, and Jeremiah Addison. He has been a goal-scoring machine for Windsor. Velarde to Addison. Oh, that's who they want to get the puck and get a chance, and he's got it again. Addison, the Canadiens prospect, had his pass intercepted by Dylan Strome. Alex DeBrincat, he stopped before he can get to center ice. The two high-scoring Erie Otters spent most of that shift defending.
Jeremiah Addison, number 10 for the Windsor Spitfires, a Montreal Canadiens prospect, recently signed, got 10 goals his last 8 games.
Lead pass to Anthony Cirelli, number 22. He's won a MasterCard Memorial Cup. With Oshawa, he scored the overtime game-winning goal. He's got that experience, and there's a redirect from Cirelli, and a good first save for Michael DiPietro. Another chance for Erie. It comes back to the blue line. Sambrook a shot, and Aaron Luchuk got in front of that. Windsor very good at blocking shots. Cirelli digs the puck loose, and it's back to Sambrook again. Chernak tapping his stick, and the birthday boy who turned 20 today had his shot get blocked and knocked out of play.
Nice to see that the teams have settled into their respective games and starting with the Windsor Spitfires. They want to play below the dots and work from low to high, and it's a perfect opportunity from Velarde to Addison. He misses the net, and then Sambrook with a simple shot, but it's tipped in front of the net by Anthony Cirelli, who then chases down the rebound, looks for another attempt, but his pass was errant. Each goalie getting a tough touch here in the early going.
This is Windsor's top line with Brown, Bracco, and Graham Knott. And they're up against Erie's third line. They've been very good. Kyle Pettit, Patrick Fellows, Christian Gurney, and this might be the matchup that Chris Knobloch would want anyway. Fellows gets it as far as the Windsor blue line. Not overskates it. Here's Jeremy Bracco, the Maple Leafs pick. He wears number 97 for the Spitfires. Big acquisition from Kitchener. Logan Brown, long shot. Troy Timpano handles that and knocks the rebound to the corner. Bracco's behind the net, and he's alone back there. Looking to the front of the goal. Goes all the way back to the blue line. It was a hard pass, and it got away from Tyler Nutter.
Now, pretty easy to see what Windsor wants to do. We talked about it. Get down below the dots and then force the Erie forwards to come back and help out, and then get it back to the point, create offense from back there.
TJ Fergus up ahead to Dylan Strome. Warren Fogle, the OHL playoff MVP. Here's DeBrincat, and a rolling puck. He got a lot on it, but Michael DiPietro was over there and made that save look easy. Tonight's keys to the game are brought to you by Cavendish Farms.
Well, if I'm looking at the Erie Otters, it's all about their pass execution. We saw in that rush, all 3 forwards able to touch the puck on the way through the neutral zone. And for the Windsor Spitfires, 25 shots has been tough to come by against the Erie Otters. If they get to that number, they're going to have a great opportunity to win this game.
Owen Hedrick from the blue line gives it to Ivan Lodnier. He gets a shot through to Michael DiPietro, and Chris Knobloch rolling his 4 lines right now. Cam Luzon He's the defenseman turned forward. He's been a physical presence for the Erie Otters. Jalen Chatfield just flicks that out to center ice. Garrett Padovny, he has 1 goal at this MasterCard Memorial Cup, but it's a big one. It was the semifinal game winner against St. John.
Well, each of these teams are so deep that you can get contributions from your lines below your bottom 6.
Dylan Strome out there now, so is DeBrincat. And they've got the puck in the Windsor end. Mikhail Sergachev, first round pick of Montreal. He's cut off as he tried to wheel from outside his net. And the puck came out anyway, so no problem there. Timpano likes to play the puck. And he had to hurry to get back in his goal before Jeremy Bronco put that on target. DeBrincat, full goal. Strome's trailing. Here they come. Alex DeBrincat. Pass gets away from Fergus. It's going to be a 2-on-1 the other way. Bronco, he's got Brown. He shoots. Timpano got a piece of it. Sean Day throws it down low to Bronco. Again, he's all alone behind the Erie net. Waiting for somebody to open up, and that hit a stick. It didn't get cleanly to his intended target, Cristiano Di Giacinto. Warren Fogle, long shift for him. Didn't get to center ice. He's going to try to track it down, but Logan Stanley is there first.
Todd Warner talked about this Erie Otters offense and how it's 3 lines deep and how talented it is. Well, here they go, but look at the coverage. Usually they like to have that trailer. Come across the line, look for the trailer. That wasn't available, and the Windsor Spitfires turn it back the other way. It's a 2-on-1, starting with Jeremy Bronco. Bronco decides to keep it, gets part of the bar. And a good opportunity created there by taking care of business, good defensive zone coverage, and looking after their own blue line.
Shots are 5-2 in favor of Erie. Couple of good chances, though, for Windsor. Face-off, it's a scrum draw, and Anthony Sorelli, who took the draw for Erie, went over and grabbed that loose puck, but then it was knocked out of play by a Windsor Spitfire, so this face-off's coming outside.
Well, a decided edge going into this game for the Erie Otters in terms of the face-off percentage. As a team, 61.7%. Meanwhile, when you look the other way, the face-off percentage for the Windsor Spitfires just 37.2%.
Another face-off that was not done properly, so Aaron Luchuk is now out of this draw, and in comes Adam Leishram. This third line, I think it might have been Rob Falls that named them the LLB line for Windsor. We'll give them credit anyway. They've been an effective third line for the Spitfires. They're up against a high-scoring line for Erie, and this is where they want to play. In the offensive zone, and they can do a very good job of that. They got it in there, and they've kept it along the boards. Sharp angle shot. Leishram tried to test Timpano, but he had everything covered over there and caught it.
That LLB line so good with the puck possession, can create some offense. Luchuk with 28 goals in the regular season. And when I look at what had happened before this game, a lot more traffic out on the benches, guys hanging out. They got their headphones on. Hey, they know it's going to be the last game of the season for each of them. Dylan Strome, Taylor Radish out there as they usually are, but that's around 6 o'clock before the game.
Sean Day's shot blocked by Patrick Fellows. Christian Gurney lifts that ahead. Fellows fell, so the terrific skating Sean Day able to get to that puck easily, and Windsor's out, no problems. Darren Radish, all kinds of awards this year. He's number 24 for Erie, Overager of the Year, Defenseman of the Year. Led all defensemen in points. He had 81 of them in the Ontario Hockey League, but he's got to get back. Cole Purbu, the rookie. He had a step for a moment. Puck stays in the Erie end, and there's big Logan Stanley, first-round pick of the Jets, using that reach, but it took the veteran Darren Radish to take the puck away.
You have to love the pace to start this game, and you have to love the fact, if you're the coaches, that you're able to get all your lines. All 4 lines for each team have seen the ice here in just the first 5 minutes plus of this game.
That's how good these teams are. They're deep. They can play their 4 lines. Things might shorten up a little bit if this stays a close game. Mikhail Sergachev over to his defense partner, Jalen Chatfield. Chatfield, the overager, skating well. Signed by the Canucks. Doesn't have a point at this MasterCard Memorial Cup, though, but it's tough to score when he's on the ice. Strome's trying to change that, but there's Chatfield. He led the rush, and then he's the first one back.
Beautiful boots for Chatfield. What an excellent skater.
Got a rough ride right in front of the Windsor bench. It hits something there, so the whistle goes.
You look at this Windsor Spitfires team and really have predicated their success on defense, a really good penalty kill. And how about this group before? Mikhail Sergachev wears number 31, 9th overall pick to Montreal. Logan Stanley, number 17, 18th overall pick by the Winnipeg Jets. And then you've got Sean Day of the New York Rangers. He went in the 3rd round. And Jalen Chatfield, you just saw him make a great defensive play after the rush, signed as a free agent by the Vancouver Canucks. Those boots alone should allow him to see some time in the National Hockey League in the not too distant future.
Sorelli back to TJ Fergus. He'll give this one a skate. Up to center, and then he passes to Sorelli. Sorelli's another Tampa pick. He's in quickly on Sean Day. Jeremy Bracco, he's had a couple of chances already in this game. Puck sent into the Erie end. Fergus waits for it. Slaps at it. Bracco, he kept it down there for Brown. Here's Stanley at the blue line. That got through to Timpano. There was a rebound right in front of the Erie net. But the Otters got to it first. Kyle Maximovich down to Sorelli. He picks up speed as he gets the puck. But there's Logan Stanley with that extra long stick. Radish, shot blocked. That's not getting in front of that one. Maximovich trying to keep it in, but now Graham Knott fresh off the block. Drops it off for Bracco. Back to Knott. Oh, what a save by Timpano. Graham Knott was in alone. And Troy Timpano keeps this game at zeros.
Oh, that's a great save here for the Erie Otters. Should give Timpano some confidence moving forward.
Windsor offside. We will take a break. This game is scoreless thanks to Troy Timpano with a terrific stop on Graham Knott. There's Jeremy Bracco, Maple Leafs pick, 20-year-old from Freeport, New York. Look at him as a little fella. Great year for Bracco. He won a gold medal at the World Juniors, wants to win a MasterCard Memorial Cup, and he's had some chances.
He sure has. He's gotten off to a great start. The 2nd-round pick of the Toronto Maple Leafs is a double threat here on the 2-1. He elects to shoot. He hits the post. Had Timpano beat, but not the post. And how about this? He gets into the 10-2, and you think he's going to circle around you. Instead, he seams a pass perfectly to Graham Knott, shaking his head. But a good start nonetheless. Todd Warner, who watches this team on a regular basis, felt like he needed more out of guys like Brown and Knott and Bracco. Well, that line's off to a pretty good start.
Best chance of the game. Troy Timpano turned them aside. Tyler Nutter moves it along the boards. Luchak able to chip this out to center. Adam Leishram wants to chase it down. Chernak turns. Import from Slovakia, first one there. Luke Boca, Plymouth, Michigan native, number 61. Puck gets to the front of the net. Boca reaches for it, and Erie's able to clear it. In the first period, Windsor's been very good at this MasterCard Memorial Cup. They have a goal differential of +6. Erie's only +1. 4 of the 5 goals that Windsor have allowed have come in the 3rd period. So they like to get off to those fast starts. In fact, in every single game in the round robin, they got off to a 3-0 start.
Scoring first, so huge.
Dylan Strome centering it. DiPietro's down. He's looking for it. The puck's loose. Everybody trying to get a swipe at it. Nobody from there. He got a great chance. Here's Vogel, side of the net. He can't get to the front of the goal thanks to Mikhail Sergachev. Back at the blue line. Radish kept it in. Another chance to clear. Julius Snatton can't do it. Now it finally trickles past Radish. Fergus was back there for support. The goal, Spitz go chant. Echoing here at WFCU Center. Strome behind the net to DeBrincat. Chatfield pins him up against the boards quickly. Vogel back to the front of the net. All the way back to Darren Radish. Wrist shot. DiPietro to save, and he knocked that a long way with his blocker. But Erie's got it again. Radish at the blue line. Over to Fergus. He decides not to shoot. Get it to the 81-point defenseman instead. That first shot's blocked. Radish got it back. Little closer to the net this time. And Michael DiPietro makes the save.
Great skaters, excellent puck movers, make up the top 4 in Windsor's back end, but they also have the ability to get support from the forward group and collapse down and take away second opportunities. There the puck goes to the front of the net. All 5 Windsor players at or around the goal mouth to clear it. And then that dedication, that sacrifice continues here through the forward group with Addison on a couple of blocks on Darren Radish.
Getting close to the midway point of the first period. This is the final of the MasterCard Memorial Cup. And it's an all-OHL final. Erie Otters in white and the Windsor Spitfires in the blue with the red trim. Broncos out there again for Windsor. Here's Logan Stanley jumping into the play. He was injured on January 17th. Windsor wasn't sure if they would get him back, but he set this as a goal, and he's back, and he's playing great for the Spitfires. Puck right around Taylor Radish. He's number 17 for Erie. Got it back to Eric Chernak. Radish is the MasterCard Memorial Cup leading scorer coming into the final game. 11 points in 4 games. Puck sent to the blue line. Chatfield keeps it in. Behind the net, here's Bronco again. Puck's in front. Chernak got a stick on the puck. He was voted the defensive defenseman of the year in the Western Conference. Erie's forced to send this down the ice. They were hemmed in again thanks to Bronco, Brown, and Knott.
Look at this Erie Otters team, 4 straight 50-plus win seasons. That's a CHL record. And guys like Connor McDavid and Connor Brown have come and gone, moved on to the National Hockey League. 50-goal scorers such as Dane Fox. You look at a scoring title for Dylan Strome a couple of years ago. A scoring title this year for Alex DeBrincat with 127 points, the CHL's Player of the Year. You know, their offense is where Erie makes its name, but defense, they say, helps predicate that success.
Face-off won by Windsor. Chatfield zips down to pick up that loose puck. He's cut off along the boards by Owen Hedrick. Chernak takes care of his man, but Windsor has it again. DJ Acintola, low shot. Timpano, he's looking good, made the save. And there's a penalty coming up. Chernak is doubled over. And Erie is going to the power play. The first power play of the final of the MasterCard Memorial Cup will go to the high-flying Erie Otters. Cole Prabhu going to the box.
Windsor getting ready to kill a penalty with head coach Rocky Thompson. Rocky, as you expected, both these teams have come out with a great deal of energy.
No, absolutely. It's been a good start on both sides. There's been chances both ways. We just got to come up with a big kill here.
What's the strategy then? You know how powerful they are offensively.
Well, we got to keep them to the outside, not penetrate our house, and have good sticks.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, Ballsy.
Windsor is a terrific penalty-killing team. Set a record with 88.5%. And they were the best in the Ontario Hockey League, but we all know about the Erie Otters. No team in the CHL scored more than them. Taylor Radish, one-time shot, then off the glass. Alex DeBrincat, he could be crafty, but there was nothing there on the short side thanks to Michael DiPietro.
Much closer in this game, 5-5 in terms of faceoffs until Dylan Strome wins this one cleanly. It goes from Darren to Taylor Radish, and the rip is just wide on the blocker side of Michael DiPietro. They put in a new boards and glass system here this year. You see a lot of end board rebounds come back out to the front of the net. As a goaltender, you have to be aware, challenge the original shot, then get back deep in your net.
Erie power play at 45% at the MasterCard Memorial Cup. They've scored a power play goal in all 4 of their games coming into the night. Darren Radish, lone defenseman out there with the 5 players Erie goes with, and they're good ones. Alex DeBrincat, 65 goals in 63 games. Dylan Strome, over 2 points per game. Taylor Radish leads the MasterCard Memorial Cup in points. Jalen Chatfield, some hard work to get the puck up. Not deep in the area end, though. That's knocked down by Boca. Radish drags it in, and Taylor Radish gets it over to Dylan Strome. In front was DeBrincat. He was all alone, but the puck didn't get to him.
Well, 2 really good sticks defensively by the Windsor Spitfires, because if that gets on DeBrincat's stick, you're looking at a 1-0 game.
First minute of the power play has disappeared. Not many great chances yet for Erie. Strome over the line. DeBrincat throws it right back to Strome. Stanley wants to slap this around. That'll get out too. Up at center, Alex DeBrincat. Sportsnet Player of the Year in the Canadian Hockey League. Puck was attempted to be dumped in by Taylor Radish. Hit the linesman. Now Erie's in, and it's on the stick of Cirelli. Back at the blue line. Radish is still out there. That missed on the stick side. DeBrincat shovels it down low. Sergachev intercepts it before it gets to Cirelli. So Strome comes in. Gets it back to Darren Radish. To Taylor. Back to Darren. DeBrincat. Quick shot blocker save. Behind the net. Strome set up there. DeBrincat has it again for Erie. He goes back to the blue line. Darren Radish over to Strome. He takes the shot. That's blocked by Sergachev. Strome again. Looks at the net. Sergachev in front of him. A quick shot. Cirelli for the rebound. Erie can't get a goal. Windsor clears it just as Turbu's penalty expires.
Well, the best penalty kill in the OHL this year. In fact, the last 20 years. And you look at why. Michael DiPietro, a huge reason for that.
Puck kept in by Bracco. Brown goes to the front of the net. Mott couldn't center it, but he gets it back, and here's Bracco now. He got it to the front. What a save! Timpano does it again. He stopped Logan Brown on the one-timer. And Eric Chernak, the defensive defenseman, leads the rush for Erie. Back behind the net, Kyle Maximovich. He's checked by Brown. Maximovich trying to stay on the puck. Brown uses that long reach to steal it back for Windsor. Bracco reverses it to the defenseman, Tyler Nether. He wants to get to center ice. He was close enough. Bracco, that shot. Timpano might have got a piece of it, and it's knocked out to center by Gurney.
And with both goaltenders really looking dialed in this game.
Sean Day, we've seen some great rushes from him. This might be another one. Smoothly down to the corner, but he's sandwiched by two Erie players. Kyle Pettit, Jordan Sambrook. Open at the blue line is Gabriel Velarde. Velarde tried to center it. That went up and hit the face of Kyle Pettit. Pettit in his 5th season with Erie. He's not going to let that bother him. Knew he had to defend against these tough Windsor Spitfires. That was a hard hit on Gurney, thrown by Velarde.
Yeah, you do things you don't normally do in big games like this. Velarde, not a huge physical player, but a good bump there.
Jeremiah Addison over to Julius Nattinen. Strome watching him. Nattinen goes back to Sergachev. He hit the post. Chatfield now. He'll loft it down low to Gabriel Velarde. Centers it. And that was Fergus getting his stick in the way of Addison. Addison said he just has to get open for Velarde. He's so good back there. Chatfield over to Sergachev. He ripped that shot. He's got a great shot, and he put it off the post. Windsor's had some terrific chances, but nothing yet.
Boy, what a deadly combination. You look at Velarde working as an office behind the net, finding Addison out front. It's been a deadly combination all tournament.
Just over 5 minutes to go. First period. Windsor and Erie, great game so far. Shots are close. Nobody's been able to score. Boca chasing it down. Moves it to Luchuk. Back to the front of the net. That got into the blue paint. Timpano's kept everything out. Boca sends it in. Timpano loves to play the puck. Leaves it behind his net this time for Darren Radish.
A really good use of his lines here for Rocky Thompson. He goes to his 3rd line, which is a really good possession line, to go up against the Strome-DeBrincat line. They didn't get a touch. They had to go off, and now the Spitfires have possession.
Sean Day, what a skater. Here he goes again. Just went past Fogle, but Fogle was relentless. Caught up to him, and Cirelli's stolen it. Maximovich to Fogle. His shot wasn't great, but it got to the front of the net. His stick snapped in half. And DiPietro had a little help from his friends, and here they come on offense. Not back to Brown. What a play by Fogle. He broke his stick on an offensive chance, got a new one, and he knocked that Brown shot out of play with that brand new stick. What a game. The final of the MasterCard Memorial Cup. A team can't win the MasterCard Memorial Cup without great goaltending. Both teams are getting that so far.
And it starts with Michael DiPietro. Alex DeBrincat, 65 goals, 63 regular season games, stopped with the Cirelli screen, and then it goes back the other way, and the Windsor Spitfires are able to get it out in front of the net to Logan Brown, and Timpano deep in the net takes it off the shoulder. Mikhail Sergachev, as they work the low to high, rings it off the post, almost dented it, and back the other way. Fogle's changeup, because of the broken stick, creates a a bit of an issue for DiPietro, but he concentrates, battles through it, and is able to make the stop there. Fogle had to return shortly thereafter after getting a new stick. Good thing he did. He made a good defensive play with it.
4:21 to go in the first period. Windsor scored the first 3 goals in all their games. Comes to the front. A chance. Sergachev. He's stopped by Timpano. He gets it again. Erie's blocked it this time. And there's a penalty coming up. And you can tell by the crowd who's getting this one.
Kyle Pettit is such a responsible player in the defensive end, and here he is in the defensive zone draw. Once Windsor is able to get possession, now Erie starting to scramble. Bracco out in front of the net. There's Pettit there. He makes an unbelievable block, and then the rebound hops over the stick of Knott. And then Brown and Pettit go to work in front of the net. Pettit just takes him and swings him down to the ice. Knows right away that the call was against him, and we get our first look at this Windsor power play.
Windsor scored a power play goal in all 3 of their games coming into tonight at the MasterCard Memorial Cup. They've got things set up. Sergachev takes his shot. Timpano the save. Radish trying to find it in his skates. Timpano, he's down.
Erie actually wins the draw, but Radish can't get it out as it's pinched in along the boards, and then the Windsor Spitfires decide to go to work. It starts with good execution from the point. Anytime you can get a shot through from the point, it creates all kinds of havoc. But look at the work down low by Velarde. And because of that great work, taking care of Radish, the puck is freed. Bracco steps back and ends up burying it with Timpano out of position. Boy, that is some excellent work. First to keep it in at the line, then to get the shot through, then a good battle won by Velarde, and finally, excellent finish by the Toronto Maple Leafs second rounder.
Timpano got himself caught in no man's land. Jalen Chatfield. Pass winds up with Gabriel Velarde. Chatfield over to Sergachev. Julius Nattner. His shot blocked by Fergus, and that goes out of play.
Well, coming into this game, the team that has scored first has won all 7 games, so that bodes well for Jeremy Bracco and the Windsor Spitfires. There's the shot getting through from the point from Sergachev. Radish fumbles it around, but Gabe Velarde gets over to him quickly. He attacks that puck, and with a great stick is able to free it to Bracco. Bracco able to find the 5-hole. Timpano lost his stick in the net side shuffle, and so he had nothing to defend the 5-hole. Bracco slips it through there. 1-0 Windsor Spitfires.
First goal has been big at the MasterCard Memorial Cup. Windsor gets it in the final game against Erie. Winner of this becomes MasterCard Memorial Cup champions. Chatfield over to Bracco. He's back out there. Got it to the front of the net. It got to the stick of Graham Knott, but he just couldn't shoot that time. Chernak, he's up to the red line, has to dump it in. DeBrinket's coming down, and DiPietro sees that and holds on to it. The crowd has been fantastic at the WFCU Center here in Windsor. A sellout. It sold out on Thursday morning, right after Windsor won their final round-robin game. They knew their Spitfires would be in the final, and some of the Erie Otters, they were given a couple of tickets each, but they wanted to bring more than 2 people, so they're out trying to buy tickets off websites and anyone they can get tickets for their families. So Windsor has come to support their Spitfires. It is loud in here tonight. They want to see their team win. Here's Strome. Dylan Strome has tied it. That's a big comeback for the Erie Otters.
Trish and Chris Strome in the crowd to watch their son Dylan, as they are usually. If they're not watching one, they're watching either Ryan of the Islanders or Matthew of the Hamilton Bulldogs, and it's a draw win for the Erie Otters. Excellent keep in at the line by Radish. He gets it down low to Strome. Strome so patient with the puck, is able to tuck it in on the blocker side of DiPietro. Off of that back foot, lightning quick release, off the bar and in. Both goals we've seen, defensemen do such a good job pinching against the boards to keep pucks alive.
Dylan Strome, not the one you want to leave open in front of the net. He ties it 48 seconds after Windsor took the lead. Erie keeps it in. Another long shot. The puck's loose. DiPietro diving for it. Windsor, they converged in front of their goaltender and came up with it. Adam Leishram. He's hit by Fergus. Darren Radish gets it ahead to Gurney. He slaps it quickly to Patrick Fellows, who's working against Chantfield, and Sergachev doing a pretty good job keeping the puck in there. Boca has to come back and get the loose puck and puts it on the stick of Sergachev. Mikhail Sergachev hit by Chernak. Jordan Sambrook, he's a Detroit pick. Up the center ice, Chatfield leaves it for Jeremiah Addison. You couldn't wipe the smile off Addison's face this morning. And then he did the interview before the game with Rob Faulds, and he was all business.
Oh, you could tell he was locked in. He's been locked in, really, even in the playoffs 44 days before this tournament started for Windsor.
Chernak sees Velarde, gets it past him, found his defense partner Sam Brook, but now Sam Brook under pressure, and Velarde almost wrapped it around. Velarde will hear his name called very early. The upcoming draft, he's got it again. Back to the blue line. Stanley's shot is caught by Tim Pano. And Logan Stanley, with that long stick, big frame, he can shoot it. That's a good save.
Well, Gabe Velarde's been so good in this tournament, has yet to score a goal, but 5 assists coming in because he's so good with his stick. And here he shows excellent patience, goes to the dot. He realizes that he's trying to get it down low, trying to get it net side, post side. That wasn't an option, so he swings it back to the point. And big Logan Stanley gets a shot, forcing Tim Pano to flash the leather.
Windsor takes over on the faceoff. Bracco bounced that one down. Another tough save for Tim Pano, and he makes that one. Strome quickly ahead to DeBrincat, picks up the pass on his backhand. He's on that left wing side, the right shooting DeBrincat. Brown chips this ahead. Fogle stays tight with him. Here he's got the puck back. Fergus stick handling to center, and he lifts that up high. Sergachev heading back, but that went over the glass.
Well, it's been an historic 99th MasterCard Memorial Cup. The Erie Otters scored 12 goals in a 12-5 win over the St. John Sea Dogs, setting a record for most goals scored in a game. And in that game, Dylan Strome had 7 points to take over the single all-time lead for points in a single game. His 7 goals now, 1 behind Dale Howardchuk, Luke Robitaille, and Pat Falloon. And the 10 points also quite impressive for Strome.
Sorelli redirects it into the Windsor end. Sean Day skates in front of him. Sorelli gets the puck loose. Right to center it. Here's Taylor Radish now back down low to Sorelli. He does center it that time. Luke Boca came up with it for Windsor. Hits it over to the reliable Stanley. Leishram's checked right away. Kyle Pettit reverses the puck back. TJ Fergus sees some open ice. Picks up some speed. The son of former NHLer Tom Fergus. Sean Day, Ranger pick, moves it over to Chatfield. Canuck prospect and Jordan Sambrook. There's it again for Erie. They're not letting Windsor in their aim for very long for the last few moments. DeBrincat banned on his pass, and that put Warren Fogle offside.
Well, Alex DeBrincat, an unbelievable story, and that Sherry Basson, the former GM of the Erie Otters, is up at Sault Ste. Marie looking at some of his drafted players, sees this DeBrincat guy, says, yeah, he's pretty good. He talks to him and ends up signing him as a free agent. Well, the rest is history there. 3 straight 50-plus goal seasons for Alex DeBrincat to tie an OHL record.
Amazing. He just keeps doing it every year. The team's won 50 or more games and 100-plus points all of DeBrincat's years, too. Well, that's one period done here in Windsor. Jeremy Bronco had everybody cheering, but Dylan Strome tied it up for Erie. So it's clear the big players came to play in the big game, the final of the MasterCard Memorial Cup.
Second period straight ahead. We're all tied up at ones. Bracco for Windsor, Dylan Strome for the Erie Otters, who's standing by with Rob Falls.
Dylan, how important was it for you guys to respond after that opening goal by Windsor?
Yeah, I mean, they got a good power play, so we got to be careful when we're taking penalties. And it's a great response by our group, and I know it was a pretty good first period by us.
Pretty much know each other fairly well. Is there any surprises, or is what you expected?
Yeah, it's pretty much what we expected. Man, you play against a team. It's our 6th time playing against them this year, so obviously got a great goalie. We got to get some shots and get some rebounds, and hopefully we can add or get to this lead.
Thanks very much.
No problem. Thanks.
Dylan Strome, he got the equalizer for the Erie Otters, and ready to go for the second period. Sam Cosentino.
Thank you, Rob. Dylan's been great. He's been speaking to the media pretty much every day for the Erie Otters. He was asked about the crowd, and they knew it would be sold out, it would be loud, and he said, hey, look, I played with Connor McDavid. We were sold out on the road all the time, so we're used to loud crowds away from home.
Well, we played in London where there's 9,000 people. We've played in Owen Sound where the people are right on top of you, so it's not going to bother us.
1-1 after 1 in the final of the MasterCard Memorial Cup. Windsor got a goal from Jeremy Bronco. Strome the goal for Erie. Anthony Cirelli trying to throw it back to the blue line, could not do it. Nattinen loses it. Erie takes over. First time at this MasterCard Memorial Cup that Windsor has exited the first period without a lead. No problem, though. Tied after 1. Not a bad deal either against the high-flying Erie Otters. Troy Timpano had a great first period for Erie. Plays that along the boards perfectly to Taylor Radish. And Anthony Cirelli right back to Radish. Got a great shot, but Michael DiPietro's a pretty good goalie, too. And he made the glove save.
Michael DiPietro's ranked 4th amongst North American goaltenders for the upcoming National Hockey League draft. And here, with the long change, you see a couple of the Erie players skate by his crease there, yapping at him. DiPietro doesn't seem fazed by it whatsoever. He's just getting his crease ready. But when you get that long change and you switch ends and the teams come out in the end where your goalie is, that can be a little challenging, as it was for DiPietro there. But he's unfazed.
Yeah, that won't bother Michael DiPietro. He could probably throw it back just as well. Alex DeBrincat, he's out there with Strome and Fogle. Sean Day digging for the puck. Fogle trying to get it to the front of the net. It's at the side of the net. DiPietro's down. Here comes a shot. It's deflected wide. Wraparound chance, Fogle, and that's knocked just off the glass by Graham Knott. That was only about an inch away from going over the glass. Pocket picked by Strome, and 3 Otters come in. Here's DeBrincat. He put it too high. Radish right back down to the corner to Alex DeBrincat. That's a nightmare for Windsor, seeing those 3 come in. And the scoring machine, DeBrincat with the chance, but he couldn't score.
Just 2 goals in the tournament, both in the power play.
Logan Stanley trying to stick handle through. He might be caught. Strome, long shift, gets it over to Darren Radish. Fogle's trailing. Bronco had come off the bench, and he saw that Logan Stanley was caught, so he hung around back there and prevented Erie from getting a shot. But they've got some fresh legs now. Patrick Fellows in the corner. That's knocked down by Stanley. Graham Knott trying to muscle his way to the puck. He got to it, but on this fresh ice early in the period, that has plenty for icing.
And this is the possession line put out now by Chris Knobloch. He gets a good shift from his top guys thanks to an excellent backtrack. Dylan Strome, lightning quick. It's underneath the stick. It turns back the other way, a 3-on-1. And DeBrincat, who had 65 goals in the regular season, 13 more in the playoffs, just high over the net. And while DeBrincat's had an excellent tournament, he's made more of his mark this tournament with his playmaking than he has his goal scoring.
127 points in the regular season, led the OHL, also led the OHL in playoff scoring. Mitchell Byrne getting a shift for Erie. Up ahead to Fellows. He's hit right away. Kyle Pettit gets it on the stick of Gurney. He sends it in. Pettit had the whole flight. He was coming in and collided with Tyler Nuther, who went heavily into the boards. Again, that fresh ice early in the period. Nuther just slid right in, but he's up. Got to the bench. Garapodubny loses it to Luchuk. Luchuk almost bounced that puck to a few Erie Otters to get a chance. Sergachev has to hurry. Garapodubny's right behind him. Podubny cuts Sergachev off. Austin McInerney up the left wing side. Luchuk just chops it to center. Windsor comes into this game winners of 3 straight. First time they've won 3 in a row since first 3 games of March in the regular season.
Just doesn't get enough credit. 44 days off. You come into the tournament against 3 league champions. You beat them all and earn the bye right into the final. I mean, when I looked at Shawinigan in 2012, similar situation, long layoff, they had to take the long road through the tiebreaker.
So that's 4 games in 54 days now for Windsor. Shot blocked by Sergachev. That was lifted up by McInerney, and his body language knows. Gives it away, and he's going to the penalty box. And it's a power play for Erie.
Well, depth is so important. We just saw Erie's 3rd line. Now their 4th line comes out, and because Lodnia is down low, there is pressure for McInerney to move the puck. He does so quicker than he'd like. It goes up and over the glass and out of play. And we've seen that play before cost the St. John Sea Dogs maybe even a trip home.
Windsor didn't take many penalties against Erie in the round-robin game until late in the game. Strome trying to get it to the front of the net. What an asset that long reach of Logan Stanley's is. He poked that puck away. Great penalty killer. Darren Radish up the center. Quick pass to Taylor Radish. Good move around Stanley, but there was some support in the middle of the ice. And the Spits clear it again. Here's Darren Radish. Slowly up ahead. Looking, waiting for somebody to open up. All Otters had to stop at the blue line, but they look to be in pretty good spots now. Set up on this power play. Taylor Radish snaps a shot. That was blocked by Stanley. Cirelli's side of the goal. Over to Taylor Radish. Back to big brother Darren. Here's Strome. That shot stopped by DiPietro, and he didn't give Cirelli a rebound.
Really good glove for Michael DiPietro, and it becomes an asset, especially on the penalty kill, when you get stoppages by making a good glove save as opposed to offering second chances to the Erie Otters. Cirelli with a really good screen, and DiPietro moves his head to the right of Cirelli at the last second. Can't see his head. Boom. At the last second, he dips it and reacts quickly with the glove. Excellent save there and good puck tracking.
Face-off win for the Otters. They're set up again. Sambrook at the blue line. There's the shot from Lodnia. Not much on it. Now Warren Fogle. He tried to rip it over to the open side. Maximovich tracking it. Sambrook comes over, keeps it in for the Otters. 45 seconds to go in their power play. Windsor with the best penalty kill in the Ontario Hockey League. So far, so good for them. Ivan Lodnia back to the blue line. Sambrook to Maximovich. Tried to go cross ice. It was intercepted by Luke Boca. He's turned into a great penalty killer for the Spitfires.
He and Luchuk, who play in regular line 5-on-5 situations, also out there on the kill and very effective.
20 seconds to go in the power play. Fogle makes a quick move, gets caught at the blue line, but he got around Addison. Now he's a little closer to the net. Didn't get a shot through. Maximovich passes over to Strome. Strome looks at the net, gets it down there. It's redirected in. Warren Fogle taps it in. A power play goal, and Erie leads.
Just 4 seconds left before the Windsor Spitfires would have killed this thing off, and it almost ended up being a Windsor Spitfires shorthanded chance. Fogle does great work against Addison. It's right at the line. Good stick, lifts it up, and now he keeps it, forcing Addison out of the zone. Fogle's got great speed, takes it down low. Look at his positioning here. Spins off Sergachev, tapping his stick inside position on the other Windsor defender, and Strome puts it right on his tape. And I think with the play at the line, they might be looking at an offside here with the play at the line.
So the officials are headed to the phone. Darcy Burchell. Here's another look at it. Now, what does this hit?
And it looks as if it hits the skate of Warren Fogle. Left foot, extends it out, turns in the toe. The stick's nowhere in the area.
This is an important time in this game. Erie trying for its first lead. And now was that a kicking motion?
Well, it sure looked like it on the replay when you turn and see that left toe extend.
Doing some lip reading. Rocky Thompson saying definitely a kick.
The stick was lifted by Sean Day. That's a great stick lift by Sean Day, and Fogle realizes once he's beaten there, his only option to get that thing to the net is with the foot. Excellent timing on the part of Day. And you can see that left toe, which was...
There's the call. It's a goal. It is a goal for Erie. Warren Fogle gets credit. And the Otters lead for the first time in this final game of the MasterCard Memorial Cup.
Well, there's the shot from Strome, and there you see the toe of Fogle. It extends from the sideboards to the end boards. It goes off the toe and in. And so Strome giving Fogle high fives, and the Erie Otters lead it. Just 4 seconds left when the goal was scored on the McEnany penalty.
Special teams so important. Both teams work on them a lot, and this time Erie gets the power play goal. They've scored a power play goal in all 5 of their games at the MasterCard Memorial Cup. Christian Gurney lifts this out of his hand, off the board. Sergachev. He's got Pettit on his back, and then he's cut off by Fellows. And Patrick Fellows trying to find the puck, but he doesn't have it. It's out at center ice. Logan Brown made an effort to stick handle around Eric Chernak, but on his birthday, his 20th birthday, Chernak made a good defensive play. Brown's down there again, first round pick of the Senators. Gets it to a Maple Leaf pick in Bronco, and here's a Jets pick. Stanley, and he scores! Windsor's tied it! Similar to when Windsor took the lead in the first period. Erie came right back to tie it. And now Erie gets a short-lived lead.
Well, it's the same old thing for the Windsor Spitfires. Get it down low, work the low to high. And Stanley, who had 2 shots in the first period, gets one here. You can see the screen is created not only by Logan Brown, but by TJ Fergus. And was the shot affected by Gurney way out at the point? Based on the reaction from Timpano, you'd have to think so. At any rate, it's a tie game.
No team has had a lead for over a minute. Windsor's lead was 48 seconds. Erie's lead was 52 seconds. Still tied. Final of the 99th MasterCard Memorial Cup. 2 great OHL teams going at it. There's another chance from Sambrook. DiPietro makes the save. Maximovich, he's checked by Julius Nattinen before he could shoot. Moves it behind the net to Cirelli. Anthony Cirelli tried to center it. It winds up in the possession of Jordan Sambrook. Back to Cirelli. Lofts it toward the net. That missed though. Jeremiah Addison. A couple of overagers. He and Darren Radish. Puck comes into the Erie end. Nattinen couldn't get to it. Here's Radish. Quickly ahead to Lizotte. Slaps a shot in on DiPietro. He kicked that up to his defenseman, Stanley. And Nattinen, who was at the end of his shift, was actually behind the defense. All he wanted to do, though, was redirect it in the Erie end and let the third line do their work. And they're doing it. Playing physical, working the puck around down low, and might get a chance, too. Luchuk, he's checked by Radish, and Ivan Rodney, who plays on the 4th line for Erie, but had 24 goals in the regular season. Puck gets to the side of the net. Another knocked it away before anyone from Erie could get to it. Luchuk heard Adam Leishram yelling, so he got it over to his side, and Leishram skated into the puck. Hedrick bumps with him. coming out of this scrum with the puck. Erie had lots of numbers in there. Strome got it to the blue line. Sergachev keeps it in. Owen Hedrick with a bouncing puck, pokes at it. Now Lodnia. He reverses it back. Byrne up to center. To Brinket. He couldn't get past Chatfield. Crowd, they were getting excited. They thought maybe Windsor would get an odd man chance. Brown with that great reach. Pokes it ahead. And Byrne comes out to knock that aside. This is the third defensive pairing for Erie, and Rocky Thompson got his top line out there. Of course, with the long change, it's tough to get that change for Erie, and Hedrick and Byrne are still there. But up front, Erie's in pretty good shape. DeBrincat, Fogle. There's a shot from DeBrincat, a good one too. Up by the ear of Michael DiPietro, and he caught that. The final of the MasterCard Memorial Cup is tied at 2. Couple of quick goals. Fogle, then Stanley.
Behind the Erie bench with Chris Knobloch. Chris, both Sam and RJ pointed out how you're using your entire bench.
Yeah, no, I think everyone's going pretty well. The Podubny's line's given us some strong shifts. They generated that the penalty, which led to a goal. So, a game like this against Windsor, we need everybody.
Is this exactly the kind of game you expected against that team?
Yeah, especially with in this arena with all the energy in the building. This is what I expected.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Erie Otters are doing their thing again, quietly, not allowing many shots. They've outshot Windsor in the second period 7-1, although that one was a good one for the Spitfires. It went in.
Yeah, good shooting percentage there is on the Logan Stanley goal.
Under 11 minutes to go. Second period. Erie and Windsor. Winner of this. Here comes MasterCard Memorial Cup champs. Fellows was trying to find a little opening up high on the short side. Chernak at the blue line. His shot goes off the glass. Luchak advanced it over to Boca. This will come out to center ice. Chernak, he's also property of the Tampa Bay Lightning. Logan Stanley, his first goal since January 12th. Of course, that was he who missed so much time due to that injury. That was right when he got hurt. Chernak trying to center it. Fergus, he won't shoot. Sees Sorelli. Chernak gets it again, and he overstated it. Boca might get a breakaway. Luke Boca. Fergus tracking him down, and he got there in time. And he knocked that out of play as Boca, right from his own end, thought he was going to be in, but what an effort by the Erie defenseman, TJ Fergus.
Well, the puck is a lot of room there for Chernak, but he overskates it. And now Boca looks over his left shoulder. He's got a clear cut, but Fergus takes not only a perfect angle of pursuit, but at the last second gets his stick to deflect the puck up and out of play. Excellent play there as Chernak covered up by his defense partner, TJ Fergus, with Boca bearing down on Timpano.
Chernak, not known for his offense, but on his birthday, he's feeling a little spry.
Yeah, he was joking around with the guys. They had 5:28:17 listed above their blackboard, and they said, "Oh, that's for my birthday." No, it was the Memorial Cup final. Silly guy.
That has been a visualization aid for the Erie Otters. The date, today's date, the game they wanted to play in. They're there. And what a game it's been so far. Who's going to win it? The hosts are the OHL champs. Logan Brown, he's tough to contain, but finally Erie did. Alex DeBrincat slides it ahead. That's a big play by Mikhail Sergachev. Otherwise, Warren Fogle might have had a step on him. That eye-hand coordination by the Russian defenseman was excellent. And it's 2-2 between Windsor and Erie.
Road Warriors is brought to you by Cooper Tires. Cooper builds tires the way real drivers really drive. That's real life performance. Life's a road trip. Come on, let's go. Well, how about this trip these two teams have been on? 60 teams, 3 leagues, 2 countries, a grand total of 4,168 regular season games, 242 playoff games, 8 Memorial Cup games, and there will only be one MasterCard Memorial Cup champion. RJ?
Yes, who's it going to be? Windsor went 3-0 in the round robin. Only loss Erie had in the round robin was against the Spitfires. A 4-2 win on Wednesday for Windsor. And the Spitfires only had 19 shots on goal in that game, but they jumped out to a 3-0 lead. And Erie had to play catch-up after a bad first period. They couldn't catch up. And Windsor got that trip straight to today. And Erie had to win the semifinal against St. John, but here they are again head-to-head.
On the last 40 minutes of that game, Erie outshot Windsor 30-10. Just couldn't get anything past Michael DiPietro, who was so good in goal in that game.
Been good again tonight. So is Troy Timpano. 2 goals for each team. We're in the second period and just past the midway point of regulation time. Last 2 MasterCard Memorial Cup finals have gone to overtime. So let's see what we've got in store tonight. Aaron Radish trying to prevent Jeremiah Addison from getting very far. And the 2 overagers, they've had a couple of battles along the boards in this game. Addison loses his helmet, so he has to stay out of the play, goes straight to the bench. He does, and it turns into a 2-on-1. Maximovich to Radish, and Sergachev got his stick in the way to knock that over the glass. This is a final, an exciting one, and we should have an exciting Stanley Cup final. Nashville and Pittsburgh. Game 1 is tomorrow, 7:30 Eastern Time, 4:30 Pacific on CBC and Sportsnet. Stanley Cup final starts tomorrow. MasterCard Memorial Cup final. 8:43 to go, second period. Tie game. Jalen Chatfield. He wheels into the Erie end. B.G. Jacinto gets it behind the net. There's Chernak out there again. Patrick Fellows. He cleared it, but that went into the Windsor bench.
All Ontario Hockey League final here for the MasterCard Memorial Cup. You look at Sault Ste. Marie and Peterborough in 1993. That one won by the Greyhounds. Oshawa and Kitchener. Eric Lindros back with the Oshawa Generals, and on you go. The Cornwall Royals making 3 appearances in all OHL finals as well.
Hard to believe it's been that long since the OHL and the OHL have played in the final of the MasterCard Memorial Cup. We know it'll be 3 straight years an OHL team will win. Bracco centers it. Strome quickly ahead. Fogle almost made a fantastic pickup on that pass that was behind him. Bracco gets knocked down at center ice. Logan Brown over to Graham Knott. Strome didn't get it out. Brown gets it down low. Bracco lets that go. He thought there was some support behind him, and Alex DeBrincat comes the other way. Shot attempt. This might work out. Radish back to the front of the net. DiPietro made a great save, but he took that peek over his shoulder. And the relief when he saw the puck didn't go in. His team headed the other way, but now he's going to be busy again. Podubny drops it off for DeBrincat. There's another toe save from DiPietro. Podubny gets the puck again, the only rookie in the Erie Otters lineup. Pass ice pass to Lodnia. Shot from Fergus, they score! That hits something! Erie leads again.
Now the puck possession starting to become a huge issue for the Erie Otters, who have allowed just 1 shot in this period, and there's 7:19 left in it. Excellent job here as Podubny keeps it alive. And a chance to pick that puck off. It didn't quite work out, and the shot from Fergus goes off of Logan Brown. You can see Brown bend over right at the hash marks. There's the Fergus shot. There's the deflection by Brown. Another one even further towards DiPietro. It ends up between his legs. So tough when you see it hit 1 and then 2. First of all, Brown, and then either Day or Stanley in front of the net, and in it goes.
3 goals for Erie. That's the most Michael DiPietro's allowed in a game at the MasterCard Memorial Cup. Sergachev. He was zigzagging, trying to get away from those Otters who are hungry for more. They've got it just inside the line, and Windsor battles to get it out. Velarde trying to pick the pocket of Fergus. He does, then he tries to center it, and Radish, a great defensive play. Velarde's got it back again. He can steal those pucks, and he can protect it too. And he's drawn a penalty. Fergus got pushed away by Velarde, and he had time to look at the ref. The arm went up. Windsor's getting a power play.
Well, there's Gabe Velarde. That's one thing he does extremely well. His puck protection, his ability to strip pucks is simply uncanny, and that's why you'll see him go in the top 7 of the National Hockey League draft. Here, going up against Fergus, Fergus doesn't have an answer for him, has to rip him off his balance, and as a result, takes the penalty, and still Velarde able to maintain puck possession thereafter. But Fergus, you can see him panting on the bench. When you're tired out there and you have to go up against a guy like Velarde, sometimes that's your only option, to separate him from the puck.
Windsor is 1 for 1 on the power play in this game. Jeremy Bracco, he's up at the blue line with Sergachev. 3 forwards up front for the Spitfires. Graham not on the face-off with Logan Brown and Velarde. Here's Bracco at the blue line. Trades places with Mikhail Sergachev and gets it back to him at the blue line. Logan Brown, he looks at the net. Sergachev gets it again. Now it's Bracco's turn. There's a shot that's right on, and a calm, cool save from Troy Timpano. Power play here for the Windsor Spitfires. Erie leads for the 2nd time in this game. Leads have been short-lived, though. Windsor's lead in the first period lasted only 48 seconds. Erie's first lead lasted only 52 seconds. So Windsor on the power play here can tie it up. Back at the blue line, Brown to Sergachev. He gets it under the skate of Brown to Bracco. Not trying to get to the front of the net. Chernak didn't let that happen. Not trying to power his way there. Again, Chernak stops him. Strome along the boards, not enough to get out. Sergachev snaps a shot. That was up too high. Bracco creeps a little closer to the corner. Now back to the blue line where Sergachev is, and it's Brown. Now down to Bracco, but it bounced over his stick, and Strome muscles that puck just to center ice. To Brinket. He gets it into the Erie end. There's under a minute to go in the Windsor power play. Sergachev made a quick move. Fogle was right in his face, but he got the pass up to Brown, and 3 Otters wait for him as he comes in over the line. All good for the Spits. Bracco, he's got some time left wing side. He's a right shot. Back to the blue line. Velarde fakes. Brown, cross ice, into the skates of Velarde. William Nudd scores. It's tied again.
The two teams took different approaches. Erie didn't practice the entire tournament, and the Windsor Spitfires practiced every day but one. And here's some of the stuff they worked on. They split the ice into 2, 10 guys on each side, and the power play would work at one end, and they do exactly this, working it around side to side, trying to get the goaltender to move east-west, and it works out perfectly. Seam opens up, so does another one. Velarde goes skate to stick, and into the back of the net it goes, and Warren Reichel, the general manager of the Windsor Spitfires, he's having a tough time. He might need the defibrillator up there.
He's into it. 3-3. Erie and Windsor. Darren Radish heads behind the net. Stanley pokes the puck away from him, but Radish catches up to it. Now he's back at the blue line. That's off the stick and goes over the glass. Erie and Windsor so good at not allowing goals, but both very good at scoring them, and they're getting them tonight. 4:45 on the clock. 3-3. Windsor and Erie are tied in the final of the MasterCard Memorial Cup. We're in the second period. Face-off won by the Otters. The Radish boys throw it back and forth. Taylor the shot. That hits some traffic in front. Looks like Chatfield, who's slow to get up, appears to be okay. Anthony Sorelli got it to the top of the crease, but Windsor, they were all down there, and Sergachev knocked it away before Erie could get a chance.
It's that collapsing, smothering Windsor D with great support from the forwards. Oftentimes 5 guys in the box to protect it.
Darren Radish, he gets it into the Windsor end. Sergachev, he's reliable back there. Had to stop, and Chatfield just kept his balance. Addison up to Nattinen, 2-on-2. Velarde's with Nattinen. Velarde has 2 assists in this game. 3 Erie Otters come over the line. Pass for Radish, too far ahead for him, and here comes Velarde the other way. He has been dangerous for Windsor. He stops and waits. There's the shot from Stanley. Tempata the save. The rebound. Velarde almost got to it. Here's Velarde, one-timer missed. Stanley a chance. That goes off the glass. Logan Brown tracks down Warren Fogle. Fogle, he wasn't going to be denied. He got the puck out of there, but he doesn't get it in the Windsor end. Darren Radish has it poked away by Knott, and Timpano plays it himself. A lot of goalies would have covered that up, but Timpano likes to play it. He cleared it out. Windsor got it back in. Darren Radish can't handle the bouncing puck. Knott looks like he might have got a stick up high. Bronco trying to send it to the back post where Logan Brown was, but he never got the pass, and Darren Radish is down behind the play. A penalty's coming up to Windsor. Fogle gets it down to DiPietro. He had to make the save, and it's a slashing penalty. Erie's getting the power play.
Well, Graham Knott took a high stick from Radish earlier and was really upset by it and saying, how can you only make the call on me? And in a retaliatory manner, he ends up returning the favor. And there's one high stick by Taylor Radish there that went undetected. And then Knott with a wicked slash on Darren Radish sends him to the corner writhing in pain, and he still is that way on the bench.
Erie needs him. He'd normally be out on the power play. Jalen Chatfield, that's how you kill a penalty. Skated out, it might turn into a short-handed chance. Shot right into the skates of Sandbrook. Forced Erie to start from their own end. Late second period. Otters trying for their 3rd lead of the game. Maximovich off the skate of Lodnia. And Kyle Pettit tied up Luchuk. That's a penalty. Interference on Pettit.
Well, that will eliminate the power play just 25 seconds in. And Kyle Pettit has been in the box twice this game. That's not normally him, but as he makes a wide turn here, Luchuk does a good job engaging the contact and knowing the situation. With one penalty called, he kind of thought he might be able to draw one and did exactly that. Really smart play by Luchuk, as he just engaged enough contact for Pettit to take the penalty.
This should be fun. 4-on-4 with these two teams. Velarde, Addison up front for Windsor. Strome to Brinket. Up front for Erie. Face off to the right of Troy Timpano, and Strome wins it against Velarde. Eric Chernak gets it over to where he thought Strome was headed, but he had been upended. Sergachev back to Sean Day. Sean Day stopped before he can get that great skating ability going. Velarde, he's been the playmaker for Windsor. In the corner, nice move. Got away from Chernak. Now he's up at the blue line and takes it right outside the line. Chernak was with him every step of the way. Sergachev heads in front of his own net. Almost turned it over, but this worked out just fine. Addison, he's been quiet in this game. Had a hat trick last time out against Erie. Velarde tried to get to the net. He was hooked by DeBrincat. That's another penalty. Meantime, Timpano's lost his stick, but it won't matter. Erie's touched the puck, and they've taken another penalty.
Well, the fans love it here at the WFCU Center. Playing in that 4-on-4 situation, the possession is so key. And when you don't have it, you try and get it back, especially if you're a guy like DeBrincat who likes time and space, and then trying to disengage Velarde from the puck commits the hooking infraction. Right away, the official's hand goes up. DeBrincat goes to the box, and a critical point in the game here for the Windsor Spitfires, who've had a lot of trouble generating shots this period with just 3 of them.
Velarde's been a force, and he was tired. He'd been out there a long time, so Rocky Thompson decides to call his timeout late second period with a 4-on-3 power play.
Yeah, if you think one goal is going to get it done for you, and you think it's this late in the period, and you say, hey, goal late in the period can really do us a lot of good here. And let's try and take a lead into the 3rd period. So Rocky Thompson says, yep, let me get my guys rested. Let's drop a couple of face-off plays and see if we can't generate something here in this 4-on-3 situation.
Darren Radish looks to be okay to go after taking the slash. He'll be one of the 3 out there for Erie. Looks like 2 forwards along with Radish. And it's Cirelli and Fogle, 2 big acquisitions by the Erie Otters. Shows how important those 2 trades were. The 4 skaters for Windsor. It's Brown on the right side, Bracco on the left. In the middle is Velarde, and Sergachev is at the blue line. A win on the faceoff for Velarde. Sergachev calmly moves along the blue line. Passes down to the corner. Jeremy Bracco, he's a terrific playmaker. He goes up to the blue line now. Sergachev takes the shot. Cirelli was ready to block it if he had to. Brown waiting for somebody to open up. Now he heads up high. Bracco down in the corner. Circles the net. Trade Velarde. He waits. He's up at the blue line. Crowd getting restless. There's the shot. Campana the save. And it's cleared out by Erie. Darren Radish rolls it down into the Windsor end. There's a minute to go in the period. Velarde makes a move around Cirelli. Snaps a shot, and he missed on the stick side. Not out of the penalty box. Tried to keep that puck in. He was itching to get out that door, but he could not do it.
Well, it's such a dangerous play. When you come out of the box, you have to be completely out before you engage in the play. And so it was pretty close for Knott. He was able to get a couple of steps there before trying to keep that puck alive. Graham Knott, a Chicago Blackhawks second-round pick. And as you look at this Windsor bench, all up on their feet, tons of energy here. They know there's still plenty of time left in this 4-on-3 to get something done.
Anthony Cirelli is staying out there for Erie. Now he's with Chernak and Radish. So Radish and Cirelli have been out there as the 2 of the 3 defenders trying to kill things off here. A brief 2-man advantage. Cirelli wins the faceoff. Got it back to Radish. They're showing no fatigue. Sergachev, look at him go. He's in full flight. Mikhail Sergachev drops it off for Bracco. Cirelli making things difficult for him. Sergachev gets it over to Velarde. The stick of DiPietro. Warning his teammates. Time's running out. That's a block by Radish, and he blocked it right in the numbers. He's hurt, but he's up. Sergachev, another shot. That one's blocked too. Erie, fearless, getting in front of those shots. They've got the 4 skaters out there now, and there isn't much time to go in the period. Under 10 seconds. Radish has to stay out. Long change in the second period. He knows this will be his last game of junior hockey. Forget the pain. And he'll get an intermission to rest up. Velarde, a big period. Radish, outstanding. And coming over is Warren Fogle to make sure Darren Radish, a 5-year Erie Otters, all right. What a game this has been.
Oh, and a bomb of a shot from Sergachev, and you can see Radish just kneels down, takes it right in the back where there's no padding. Oh, and the 2 overagers hugging each other saying, yep, just leave it out here.
Tied after 2 periods. This is what you want from a final.
We're all tied up at 3s. 3rd period straight ahead. Who wants to be the hero? Is it Logan Stanley? Rob Falls.
Logan, 20 minutes of regulation left. What was the message you got from the coaching staff?
Yeah, just continue to play our game, keep getting pucks in deep and play our systems, and you know, win a period and we're champions.
You have that opportunity, or you're able to get something generated against a very tight defensive team too in Erie.
Yeah, we're both playing hard. They're playing us hard, so we're going to take what we can get and try and get one here.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, thank you.
And of course, Spitfires will start with a power play to begin the third with the call. RJ Broadhead, Sam Cosentino.
Logan Stanley celebrated his 19th birthday on Friday. Michael DiPietro, a big fan favorite here in Windsor. It's a brief power play for the Spitfires. 22 seconds left in the penalty to Alex DeBrincat. Windsor wins the faceoff, so that's step one accomplished. Jalen Chatfield drops it behind him. This is Bracco. He falls down, and Cirelli senses a chance. That'll be it for the power play for Windsor. Cirelli trying to get something to the net. He's hit by Sergachev. Penalty to DeBrincat's over, and just as Bracco skates past him, Bracco tried to get a shot, but that went through the top of the crease. Logan Brown chasing after the puck. He's stopped along the boards by DeBrincat. Got it back. Not a shot that's blocked. Windsor only had 5 shots in the second period, but they did get 2 goals. Darren Radish, he's down low. A shot from a sharp angle. DiPietro had the angle covered, and he let it hit him. Here's Stanley back behind his net. Chatfield stays there, and he's watched by Maximovich. Win a period, win a championship. That's what's on the line. Tied at 3 after 2. The final of the MasterCard Memorial Cup. Windsor has had to play catch-up twice, but they've done it. And this time the Spitfires pass doesn't connect. They've iced the puck.
Well, let's take you back to the second period and a goal that was somewhat controversial. Dylan Strome sends it to the front of the net. Warren Fogelhauser go off his toe, and then he extends his skate to put the heel of his blade on the ice. And you can see there the officials called no distinct kicking motion. They felt it went off the toe first, and then the foot moved thereafter. And that's why that goal counted. But no doubt a huge point in this game, giving Erie the lead at the time. And as we all know now, we're in a tie game.
This is a penalty off the face-off, and Stanley's reaction indicates it's on his team, and Rocky Thompson is irate.
Julius Nattman, the center iceman for the Windsor Spitfires, on his way to the box, and he uses his hand coming out of the draw. Closed it on the puck is the call.
Windsor works on face-offs in every practice. But this is worrisome for Windsor. Erie's power play very good. They've scored a power play goal in the game. They're 1 for 3. Alex DeBrincat has the puck. He skates through center, and he's skating well, handling the puck well. Finally tracked down by the Spitfires, and the puck gets cleared with some gusto into their own bench. Everybody looks to be okay.
I was really fascinated by how these two teams approached this game, and we saw Windsor go through its regular routine this morning, a pretty tough skate and almost practice-like in their approach, where the Erie Otters say, Chris Knobloch says, I'm not going on the ice for a morning skate unless I feel there's purpose to it. Our guys don't feel like they need to. We don't do it. We haven't done it since we've been here.
Face-off win for the Otters. DeBrincat, oh, he put it square off the post. He's got such a quick release. There's another shot. DiPietro got a piece of it. Cirelli whacked at the rebound, and Windsor scrambles but gets the puck down the ice.
Now the snipe show that is Alex DeBrincat can only draw iron.
Darren Radish. Here's DeBrincat. That gets high on the glass, stays in play. Taylor Radish wraps it around. Nobody's over there for Erie. So that'll help out the Windsor penalty killers.
There's so many weapons here on this Erie power play. When you look at Strome and his shooting and playmaking, same thing for DeBrincat. You got Taylor Radish, who had an unbelievable year.
DeBrincat, he runs into traffic, and again a clear for Windsor, just as far as center this time. Taylor Radish drops it for Dylan Strome, the captain of the Erie Otters. Started the year with Arizona. His pass intercepted by Boca, and he got a handle on it just in time. Here come the Otters now. Radish over the line to Darren Radish. Back to Taylor. The brothers bouncing it back and forth. Barron in front. It's loose. Cirelli swipes at it, and he couldn't get to it. And again, Windsor gets it out. Strome's wasting no time trying to get this back in. Barron Radish into the Windsor end. Crowd wanted too many men. Not getting it. Warren Fogle handling the puck. Penalty almost over. Fogle gets some space. That shot trickles down to DiPietro, and he smothers it. Nettinen is back on the ice, and Windsor is killed off the penalty.
Well, that's been a hallmark of the success of this Windsor team this year, is their ability to kill penalties, and they get a little help here as DeBrinket's shot rings right off the bar and bounces out absolutely perfectly. And then Cirelli in front of the net has it bounce off of DiPietro's glove, gets a backhanded whack at it, can't get that one to go, and then Darren Radish, the defenseman, moves up into forward posture, can't get it between the legs of young Mikey DiPietro.
Cirelli has to be the last player Windsor wants to see getting scoring chances in a close game in a MasterCard Memorial Cup final. Chernak, that shot might have been going wide. DiPietro not about to take any chances now.
Oh, unbelievable story, and that his mother passed away at 5. His dad, Vic, remarried, and his stepbrother, Mark Fenty, was a goalie. Saw him take a breakaway shot, saw the crowd erupt while Mark was playing minor hockey and said, "Dad, I want to be a goalie." Wise choice, son.
Little bigger crowd now. Majority on their side of the Spitfires. Maximovich, he was checked. Puck cleared again. 5-on-5 on the ice. Maximovich ahead to Fogle. Erie didn't get into the Windsor end. Otters playing their 95th game of the season when you include regular season playoffs and the MasterCard Memorial Cup. Windsor playing in their 79th. Ivan Wadnia, his pass picked off by Julius Nettinen. Velarde can't receive the pass, and Sam Brook gets it back to the Otters. Sam Brook will stop. Forwards needed a change. He needs one too. Darren Radish, he waits. The defenseman of the year in the Ontario Hockey League gets it up ahead. It's in the Windsor end. DiPietro's behind his net, and Sergachev calmly came back to help out his goaltender. Gets the puck out of harm's way. DiPietro's lost his stick. Sergachev skates it out, and DiPietro now goes behind his net to get that stick. All is good in the Windsor end. Bracco, he's checked, and that gives TJ Fergus lots of time to get the loose puck. Patrick Fellows chips it ahead. He wants to chase after it. McEnany staying tight to him. Fellows knocked down by McEnany. Graham not. Prospect to the Chicago Blackhawks trying to control the puck along the boards. It bounces up ahead, and it's Jeremy Bracco. Those shifty skates of his, changing angles, and he makes a pass. Luchuk scores. Windsor leads.
Luchuk accepts the shadow as he has all year long, yet he continues to produce for these Windsor Spitfires. A board battle here won by the Spitfires. They clear the zone, and then it's a line change, so Bracco goes wide, and as he does so, he's got his head up the entire time. Luchuk comes in off the bench, beats Cameron Lizotte to the punch. And Rocky Thompson said, "I want to get my top guys out there against the fourth line," which includes Cameron Lizotte, and it works out perfectly.
Big game Bracco. 3 points for him. And you think back to the World Juniors, he had to score in the shootout against Russia in the semifinal game just to keep the United States alive. He did that. And they beat Canada in a shootout to win the gold medal. 3 points in this game for Bracco. And Aaron Luchuk, one of the veterans of this Spitfires club, doesn't get the recognition he deserves for the most part, but he scores big goals. This might be the biggest. 4-3. Windsor leads. Just over 14 minutes to go in the third. Puck turned over to DeBrinket. Taylor Radish. That shot was blocked by Sean Day. It still got deep in the Windsor end. DeBrinket along the boards is checked. Sergachev held him there. Sergachev is tired. He wants to get to the bench. Erie trying to get the puck up the ice, and they force Sergachev to stay out there. Fogle, right on the back of Sean Day. He knows Sergachev's tired. Up to Addison, a fancy pass by Addison. That missed Velarde. Now Fergus has to hurry back. It's icing. Much to the crowd's chagrin, it's icing. It's coming back to the Windsor end. But Aaron Luchuk, a native of Kingston, has come up with a huge goal that's given Windsor the lead. Aaron Luchuk, maybe the biggest goal of his career. A good look at him when he was playing Adam AAA in Kingston. The beard game, a little better now.
He's got to be really excited about what Jeremy Bracco was able to do. A good puck battle here. He goes wide, allows the forwards to get the change, uses the 10 and 2 on the skates, and it's tough to defend against that because you don't know if he's going to blow by you or hold up. And instead, with that great vision, is able to feed a pass perfectly to Luchuk, who's left all alone and ends up burying it. Luchuk had 28 regular season goals, 4 more in the playoffs, and his second here at the MasterCard Memorial Cup.
Great look at Jeremy Bracco on the bench. He's always talking, always engaged. Jeremiah Addison, he sends it into the Erie end. He's got a jump in his step. That went off his helmet. Bounce for Erie. DeBrincat lost his stick. Strome trying to get it away from Nattinen. Can't do that. Pass came up the middle. Radish stepped in front to get it, and here's DeBrincat. Slowed down at the Windsor line. Strome back to DeBrincat. Fergus at the blue line. Fogle to DeBrincat. And that was Nattinen who just touched that puck enough to stop DeBrincat from picking it up clean. Nattinen, the Ducks prospect, got to center ice, gets it into the Erie end. 13 minutes to go, third period. Erie with the puck. They're trailing by 1. 3 Spitfires over the line. Brown to Knott in front. Fergus got a stick on it before Bracco did. All the way down the ice. That's on goal. DiPietro sees the wave coming from Erie. Gets the puck over to Chatfield's side. One of the leaders of this team. He's co-captains with Jeremiah Addison. Addison's wearing the C tonight. Graham Knott trying to cut to the net. Sandberg forces him to the outside. Logan Brown comes down to get the puck. Back to Knott. Shields the puck. Now he's in the corner. Drops it off. Brown, he can protect it back there as well. Chernak checked him. And Anthony Cirelli. Does he have any more big goals in him? Couldn't get it out. Brown still in there. That was a whole shift spent by Windsor's top line in the offensive zone. They got to the bench and they got to change. Brown, the third to get them.
And they're taking really quick shifts now on the Spitfires.
Cirelli, he's all over Sean Day. Sergachev tracked down by Fellows. Not cleared by Windsor. The Windsor Spitfires coming into this game had only allowed 5 goals in 3 games at the MasterCard Memorial Cup, but 4 of them were in the third period. They have to protect this 1-goal lead. Best way to do that is to keep the puck down here in Erie's end. This line can do it. Luchuk, the go-ahead goal scorer. Got it to the front of the net, but Tim Pano covered it.
Really effective here. Has this line been? When you talk about the LLB line, Luchuk, Leishram, and Luke Boca. And one of their specialties is getting it down low, being smart, playing the puck possession game. It almost leads to a pretty good chance with Leishram on the doorstep. Leishram on your right was a midseason acquisition from the Hamilton Bulldogs, and a right shot center really responsible. They loved what he's been able to bring to the table.
Darren Radish up ahead to Cam Lizotte. Shots are 29 to 18 in favor of Erie. But Windsor scored on 3 of their last 6 shots. Cross-ice pass to Cam Lizotte. He wants to throw the body, tracking down Stanley, and Stanley calmly makes a good move behind his own net. Chatfield, he sees the forecheck coming. Lizotte, he created a goal with that big forecheck in the semifinal game against St. John. And that hard work has forced an icing.
The 2017 MasterCard Memorial Cup on Sportsnet. Brought to you by CIBC, celebrating Canada and CIBC's 150 years together. Share how you stand for Canada online.
Strome to DeBrincat, Fogle back out there. Every other shift. Sambrook, wrist shot. That's blocked by Addison. DeBrincat. He takes a shot through a screen, but Michael DiPietro has it.
DiPietro so solid coming into this game. By far the best goaltender in the tournament so far, not just in sheer numbers, but with his play, with his competitiveness. And here he has to see through Logan Stanley. As DeBrincat put it right between his legs, up high into the chest of DiPietro.
Strome, DeBrincat, Fogle, they stay out there, win the face-off, and it's stolen by Bracco. Not a breakaway for Windsor. Graham not stopped by Troy Timpano. That's maybe a game saver for Erie. They stay within one, but it's stolen again by Bracco. He's down to the corner, all the way back to the blue line to Chatfield. Wants to advance the puck a little bit. Hard-fought puck battles. Brown had it stolen by Fogle and DeBrincat. He's got Strome with him. Here they come. Chernak joins. Strome waits, and he tried to get a shot. Sergachev didn't let him. Now it's Brown's turn to look for the reinforcements. Nobody with him either, and he sends it into the Erie end.
No, it's that great coverage. Every time Erie comes across the line, they want to slow the pace down, find that trailer, but Windsor's all over it and have been covering that all game long.
Erie is less than half a period to find a goal to tie this game, and they can't give up anymore. Crowd cheering their Spitfires on. Darren Radish weaving his way through those Spitfires. Sean Day keeps it along the boards. Fergus, he's caught. Radish is back there too. The lone man back is Cirelli to forward. And the shot comes from Leishram. It's caught by Troy Timpano. And now things heat up in that Erie crease. Leishram will get out of there. You don't want to take a penalty now. 4-3. Windsor leads. There's 9 minutes and 20 seconds to go, and Troy Timpano needed to make this one.
It's 44 pounds, 99 years old, and it has lots of history. The 1974 Regina Pats, and the cup heads back to Regina next year. Spokane won it in Kitchener. The back-to-back victories by the Windsor Spitfires. Shawinigan Cataracts, after a long layoff, winning on home ice as the host. And now this host, the Windsor Spitfires, trying to hold off the Erie Otters to win the 2017 MasterCard Memorial Cup. We'll find out who's got what it takes to be a champion. RJ?
What a finish here in Windsor. 4-3. Spitfires lead. 9:20 on the clock. Luke Boca off the faceoff. He gets knocked down in the corner, trying to keep that puck with him. Chernak up to Lodnia. He chips it out to center ice. Right back in by the Spitfires and the LLB line. Patted in front of his own net. Just did get that to Ivan Lodnia, but now it's stolen. Centering pass. Nobody in front of the net for the Spits. Sean Day stops the Erie Otters at center, and Aaron Luchuk, who has that fourth goal for Windsor, sends it into the Erie end, and he's off to the bench for a change.
Spitfire's doing a great job protecting center ice, getting it back in deep, forcing Erie to defend.
Dylan Strome. All the way back to the blue line. Darren Radish tries to make a move. He's under pressure. That's Addison. He poked it away from Radish. So Erie's got to get back on side. They try to regroup. Chatfield got it away from Strome. And Velarde tried to go outside, inside on Fergus. That didn't work. But this is where Velarde's dangerous. Along the boards. Tough to take the puck from him. Warren Fogle. He scored some big goals for Erie in the OHL playoffs. Dylan Strome standing still, but Windsor's giving him some room to skate. Dumps this in. Fogle, full speed. It was a planned play. And Fogle, Strome, they both think that Erie was there first, and Sergachev got in the face of Strome, and he popped him.
Oh, Strome's lucky he didn't take one there, and the officials have come in to say, hey, you can't do that. But no question a design play, because Strome pulls up in center ice on his side of center. And when he does so, he sees Fogle start to take off right there, and he figures that Fogle has this battle. When he gets to the line, oh man, is that ever close. And the refs looking at this. Just a little chop to the jaw from one first rounder to another.
Nothing called. Remains 5-on-5. Sergachev, that was a great effort by him to turn and find the speed, get there first, or at least tied. Jeremy Bracco, that was a good play on Maximovich. Lifted his stick, and now that allows the Spitfires to get it into the Erie end. Logan Brown to the front of the net. Intercepted by Taylor Radish. Threw it to Sorelli. He was in traffic, and Maximovich couldn't follow up. Brown working against Chernak, and Chernak stopped Brown that time. Bracco's hit along the boards. Hedrick chases after it. That's Sergachev. Chips it in a little bit deeper. Chernak will have some time as Windsor goes for a change. Maximovich couldn't pick up the pass. Chatfield got in deep, tried to pass. It was off a stick, and now Lodnia has it for the Erie Otters. Lodnia up the center. Sergachev back in. Under 7 minutes to go. And Windsor's been putting the pressure on. Luchak over to Leishram. They've got it deep again. Polka trying to battle away from Pettit. Lodnia, he's pressured immediately. Patrick Fellows, the lone Otter working 1-on-2. Fellows drops it off. Taylor coming in was Lodnia. He might have got a slash. Didn't get a good scoring chance. Strong's back out there for Erie. Fergus at the blue line. Wristed it toward the net. That got down there and forced DiPietro into a blocker save. Strong behind the net. Back to the blue line. It's Hedrick. His pass hits the stick of Leishram. Line for Windsor has been out there for a long time, and they're tired. Luchak controlling along the board. That's tiring, too. Strome trying to get it to the front of the net. He's knocked down. Here's Luchak with the puck. Lifts that up high. That'll get out to center, and the Spitfires need a change. Boca will be headed there now. Strome over the line. Cross ice. Didn't settle for Taylor Radish, who's now out there with DeBrincat and Stroll. DeBrincat was first in the OHL in points. Taylor Radish was second, and Dylan Strome averaged over 2 points per game. That group will get a rest. There's 5:45 to go. Seems to be a trend now. The final game of the MasterCard Memorial Cup turns out to be the best game. Windsor with a slim lead, but it's not comfortable with this high offensive Erie Otters club.
But what I like they're doing is, we've seen in third periods before where they back up and play on their own end. They've extended that out to neutral ice, and they're doing a really good job ping-ponging pucks back into Erie's end, forcing the Otters to go 200 feet. That's been really effective tactic so far here in this third period, but there's still a push left in this Erie Otters club.
Lots of time for them, too. Crowd behind their Spitfires. And hard to hear the whistles, but that is an icing.
Lots of talking going on down there. You look at this Erie Otters club, who in each of the last 3 seasons with 50-plus wins has lost out to a MasterCard Memorial Cup champion or finalist. 2014, they lost out to Guelph. Guelph lost in the finals that year to Edmonton, and then consecutive losses to the Oshawa Generals and the London Knights in 15 and 16.
Off the face-off, Velarde tried to go right to the net. Almost got there. He's got the puck along the boards, and the Otters have to work to take it away from the 17-year-old in his draft year. Addison, now he's doing the work along the boards. Here he got it loose. Radish up ahead to DeBrincat, and he's battling against Chatfield. Chatfield won the foot race. Strome gets to the puck. Addison outside the line, and Darren Radish has to wait. DeBrincat's back onside. Sembra all the way back to Radish. Erie staying patient, but there's a pass that's picked off. All the Spitfires were on their side of center. Long shot in on Tim Pano. The rebound. Spitfires got to it, and here's Bracco out there again. Got to the front of the Erie net. Cleared by Darren Radish. Warren Fogle trying to get the puck to settle. Spitfires were back. They made Fogle work 1-on-3. Here's Fergus, side of his own net. 4.5 to go. Sorelli. Fogle chases after it. Logan Stanley shields him from the puck. 3 Otters right around the net. In front is Cirelli. That's where he wants to be. He's scored a MasterCard Memorial Cup winning goal. That was in 2015 in overtime with Oshawa.
Tampa Bay third-round pick out there in this key situation. Also won the Otters an OHL title with his overtime winner against Mississauga.
Chatfield, one of the best shutdown defensemen in the Canadian Hockey League. Again, doesn't allow the Otters anything when they get in the Windsor end. The go, Spitz go chant. It's loud. Chernak over to Hedrick. He's having trouble handling the puck. Gets it over to Chernak, the birthday boy. Pettit, did he get a touch on it? They say no. And it's icing. Erie can't change.
Masterful play by the Windsor Spitfires right now. They've extended that really good defense from their own end out into neutral ice. They've stood their ground, and the Erie Otters are looking around trying to find an open player, and they just can't do it because of that great coverage that Rocky Thompson team has put on them here in this third.
Face-off in the Erie end. Dave Velarde comes out to take the face-off against Kyle Pettit. Pettit 5 years with the Erie Otters. First year, Otters only won 19 games, and he played with Connor McDavid for a couple of years. 4 straight 50 or more win seasons with 100 points. They're trying to finish it off with a MasterCard Memorial Cup, but Windsor spoiling those plans. The hosts with the most so far. 3 minutes to go. Day over to Logan Stanley. Back to Day behind his net. He'll put it off the glass. That gets to the line. Hedrick kept it in. Day bumped by Lodnia. Strome came in. He couldn't get the puck. Dave Velarde does. He's got Adam Lashram with him. Velarde tries a shot. It got down to Timpano, and he played it. Lead pass up to Taylor Radish, but there's 3 Spitfires back there. Sergachev, a second effort, knocked it away from Taylor Radish, and it's out again.
They're starting to feel it here in Windsor.
Darren Radish, he couldn't stick handle his way in. The Spitfires always have plenty of players back waiting for the Otters. Taylor Radish goes cross ice. Dylan Strome. The brinket goes to the front of the net. Luchuk gets the puck, and that's out too. Fergus drops it back to Taylor Radish. Strome trying to get it to an open side. Chatfield's right on him. Sergachev, that played off the glass, down the ice, and that is icing against Windsor, and it looks like they're tired. They've got the sticks on their knees. Windsor leading Erie 4-3. Just a reminder that Sportsnet Central is coming up following the game. There's 1:52 to go here. We'll have the trophy presentation. Will it be the Windsor Spitfires? Or will the Erie Otters have a comeback? There's Troy Timpano. He's on the bench now. Extra attacker on the ice. 6 skaters for the Otters. Strome down to the net. That hit the post. That hit the post. Another post for Erie. Cirelli to the front of the net. That's to the line, and it bounces over the stick of Darren Radish. The brinket hit a post in this period, and that one off the post too. Under a minute and a half. Sean Day gets it out to center. Net's empty for Erie. Dylan Strome dumps it back in. That'll get down on DiPietro. He does not want to cover it. Day clears it. Chernak over to Strome. Back to Darren Radish. Overager. He's had 5 seasons with Erie as well. Strome ahead to Taylor Radish. Back to Taylor Radish. Now he has to circle the net. Strome's behind the goal. Cirelli's in front. Windsor's got it again. Cirelli knocked it down. Another chance side of the goal for Fogle. That didn't beat DiPietro on the short side. Strome tried to go back to the blue line. Nobody was there for Erie. Crowd on its feet at the WFCU Center in Windsor. Net still empty for Erie. Shot from a sharp angle. DiPietro made that save. Back to the line. Darren Radish. There's another shot from Fogle. Michael DiPietro's got it. And the crowd shows their appreciation appreciation for their goaltender.
And no question that Chris Knobloch will have to use his timeout. How close was this thing to being tied? How about this shot? Right off the post, off the deflection. The puck's on end and hits and stays out. The guys off the top of the show talked about puck luck. Well, Mikey DiPietro has some of it there. And how about this deflection from Cirelli in front of the net? Oh, and DiPietro snaps the glove just like that. And they are some kind of feeling it here in the WFCU. Everybody on their feet. The Otters have taken their timeout. And 31.6 seconds left. And what a tilt we have witnessed here tonight. It has been fantastic.
Windsor trailed for the first time at this MasterCard Memorial Cup in the second period. But it didn't take them long to keep tying it up. Erie had 2 leads. And this lead for Windsor. 4-3. Will it hold up? Not much time to go. Chris Knobloch trying to draw up the plans. There it is. That's what they're playing for.
That is a thing of beauty.
Regular season into the playoffs. And Warren Reichel. How about his emotions? We'll talk you through it, Warren. 31.6 seconds on the clock. Timpano on the bench. 6 skaters for Erie. Play's been drawn up for the Otters. Dylan Strome on the faceoff. Up against Aaron Luchak. Strome wins it. Here's Darren Radish. Shot wide. Erie gets it behind the net. It's in front. And 2 players fall battling for that puck. Windsor able to get it out. 20 seconds to go. Erie's got to hurry. Vogel over the line. Snapped the shot. It was blocked. He got it back. DiPietro. Save. And then he stops the Otters as they come in trying to knock it loose.
Wow. This is not good for Warren Reichel, I can tell you that. Oh, man, they'll be walking, talking, chomping, sweating. Good face-off win here. Darren Radish, his shot goes wide, but then it's chased back down. Vogel tried the wraparound, couldn't get it. A good battle there by Lasham, and DiPietro uses the great angle of his goal stick to get that puck up into his chest. Cirelli is on the doorstep, but DiPietro able to get the stoppage. Oh, what drama.
Erie just had their timeout. Rocky Thompson called his timeout in the second period. 11.3 seconds. And Vogel's getting his helmet fixed. So it's a mini timeout for Erie. They don't get a chance to talk to their coach. They get a chance to get a breather. This face-off could be the game. Luchak and Strome facing each other again. Strome won the last one clean. Huge face-off. Luchak holds it in there and he wins the draw. Chatfield tries to wrap it around. That got out. That got out. And Windsor wins. The Spitfires are Memorial Cup champions. Spitfires have done it. The hosts with 44 days off. All that hard work paid off. They have just won the MasterCard Memorial Cup. Dylan Strome, the Erie Otters, they can't believe it. They didn't lose often. They couldn't find that goal when they needed it. Windsor, such a good defending team, and Michael DiPietro was excellent again.
I mean, it's amazing. It's an absolutely amazing feat that this team has accomplished here. 44 days off, beaten the first round. Not a single soul in the Canadian Hockey League world would have given them an opportunity to do what they've done. But Rocky Thompson went to work with Trevor Letowski, Jared Smith, and they said, we're going to put you through a 3-phase training camp. And they did so with some physical work, some mental work, some gameplay activity. They walked into the MasterCard Memorial Cup, won on opening night in a squeaker, and from there took off. Won their next 2 games, beating all 3 league champions. And here they are, the winners of the 99th MasterCard Memorial Cup with a win against the Erie Otters.
Windsor, they've done it. They have done it. Let's check in with Rob Falls.
Jeremy Bracco, what a year this has been for you. Get dealt to Windsor. You're now a MasterCard Memorial Cup champion.
Yeah, it's something. Wow. It's something we talked about ever since we lost, and to have this moment right now, everything we did, it paid off, and it's a crazy feeling.
Coach said that you guys got better and better, stronger and stronger as a team during that time off.
Oh, absolutely. We did so much, and we battled through so much, and 7 a.m. 5-mile runs and everything, and it feels great. It's all paying off.
What does it mean to win with these guys?
This is a group that I came to and played last year in the playoffs. I know how to be accepted right away, but they took me in. General Manager Warren let me live with them, and it's crazy. It's a surreal feeling.
Enjoy it.
Thank you.
How about the energy in that household? Jeremy Bracco and Warren Reichel.
Well, I'd be icing down some jaws in that household, no doubt.
For the first time since 2012, the host team has won the MasterCard Memorial Cup, and the Erie Otters, they're off to center ice, the handshakes. These 2 teams, they're both in the Western Conference in the Ontario Hockey League. Tough conference, maybe the toughest in all of the Canadian Hockey League. And they meet for the championship, and it's Windsor. All that work they did, Jeremy Bracco talked about it. They had the extra when it mattered, and the Erie Otters, they battled some illness during this MasterCard Memorial Cup. Chris Knobloch said they were fine for tonight.
I can't say enough about the job Windsor did. It's unbelievable to be able to come up against this competition after not having played in that long, in 6 weeks, and do what they did to this tournament, beating all 3 league champs, one of them twice, to sweep through 4 games in similar fashion to what they did in 2010 in Brandon. Not quite as convincingly, but equally as impressive.
Windsor's made it to 4 MasterCard Memorial Cups. They've been in the final all 4 times. They've won the championship 3 of those times, and players on the 88 team felt they probably should have beat Medicine Hat that year too. 3 out of 4 is pretty good. And this is always a special time for one of the teams and a tough time for others. Rocky Thompson, that's not easy to do what he did. 44 days, keep your team engaged, keep them interested, find different things, keep them game sharp. And Windsor didn't lose.
Well, they did such a good job in bringing in University of Windsor players. They've used development coaches from National Hockey League teams to come in and run practice just to give them a different voice, because for 6 weeks you got to hear the same voice be pounded upon you. Sometimes you lose the kids. Well, they didn't lose them whatsoever. They got them to a win. That is unbelievable.
Sometimes you have to have the game of your life or the goal of your life to win a championship. Aaron Luchuk had that. He's with Rob.
Aaron, R.J. Broadhead just called it the goal of your life. What do you think?
I'd have to agree with him. I mean, I don't really know what to say. I mean, unbelievable pass by Brax, and was lucky enough to get open, put a good shot on it, and found a hole.
Your line and the work ethic it put in, I guess it was indicative of everything this team did to get to this point.
Yeah, I mean, we always say that long layover. We put a lot of hard work in those 44 days. I think our line of Blake from Mboka and me definitely epitomized that hard work, and I think it paid off in the end for sure.
Congratulations. Enjoy it.
Thank you.
Those smiles, it's something special. The championship smiles. There's Sean Day. Great sense of humor. He's got the camera on the hat.
Luchuk, hug there for Bob Bugner, who's on the ice now. Boy, what a time. What a time for this group. If you go back to 2009, the Spitfires lost their first 2 games, came roaring back to win the next 4, and then in 2010, obliterated the field in Brandon. 8 straight wins, come into this, beat all the league champs in the round robin for 11 straight wins, and cap it off, beating the Erie Otters with their 12th straight MasterCard Memorial Cup win, dating back to 2009.
Rob is with the MasterCard Memorial Cup winning coach.
Rocky, you told us many times you had a very good team. Disappointed losing in that opening round, but you went to work and it paid off.
I'm so proud of our players right now. Nobody knows what they went through except those guys, and it's amazing what's just happening. I can't even put it into words right now.
They worked hard. There was a back and forth game, and then your workers did the job.
I can't say enough good things about the Erie Otters. We knew this was going to have to be the game of our lives from top to bottom, and our guys did it, and now they're champions forever.
Enjoy it.
Thank you very much, Rob.
Rocky Thompson. Big smile. Look at the Spitfires. Hayden McCool. He's the one without the teeth right there with Logan Brown.
That'll show well in the championship photo.
Dylan Strome was named MVP of the MasterCard Memorial Cup. And that is a nice accolade for him, but it won't feel anywhere near as good. Had Erie won, it would have been much better feeling. A good Memorial Cup for Dylan Strome, but it's the Spitfires that celebrate. Here's Rob with Jeremiah Addison.
Well, you and your team did the work, and here you are wearing the hat, getting ready to take the cup.
Yep, you know what? We put in the work in those 6 weeks. Tough loss in the first round, but we rallied, came together as a unit. We knew that we could do it, and we just went out and showed the world.
You guys had a full lineup, a healthy lineup, and you put everything into and every effort into showing what kind of team you were.
You know, we battled with a lot of ups and downs this year, a lot of adversity, untimely injuries, but it's all about just coming out now. We had a full lineup, everyone's healthy, just coming out and showing why we're the best, why we were ready to compete from the start.
Congratulations.
Thanks for having me.
And of course his line mate, Gabe Velarde, comes over for a, Windsor's done it. They've won the MasterCard Memorial Cup. They celebrate, but they want to hoist the trophy. And it's time to hand out some hardware.
Fans, please welcome Canadian Hockey League President David Branch and the Memorial Cup.
Veuillez accueillir le président de la Ligue canadienne de hockey, Monsieur David Branch, et la Coupe Mémorial.
Mesdames et Messieurs, au nom de la Ligue canadienne de hockey, je veux remercier Windsor Spitfires and the City of Windsor pour avoir été l'hôte de la Coupe Memorial MasterCard 2017. On behalf of my fellow commissioners, Ron Robison of the Western Hockey League, Gilles Courteau of the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, we sincerely thank the incredible organization for the 2017 MasterCard Memorial Cup and appreciate the outstanding support and great fans of the Windsor Spitfires. This is the third MasterCard Memorial Cup for the Windsor Spitfires. And I would like to acknowledge and thank Bob Bugner, Warren Reichel, John Savage, the host organizing committee, and the hundreds of volunteers that made this such a special event. Captain Mickey Renault is watching down. I'd like to now ask Captains Jeremy Addison and Jalen Chatfield to accept the 2017 MasterCard Memorial Cup.
Give me an interview!
That's the moment the Windsor Spitfires have dreamt about since they were announced as the hosts of the 99th MasterCard Memorial Cup. What a cheer for Cristiano Di Giacinto, overage player, heart and soul guy. He got the trophy right away, and it's now in the hands of Logan Stanley. What a leader. He won the leadership award for these Spitfires, and he came back from injury earlier than a lot of people thought he could have. And he made sure that he was ready to go, and you wouldn't even know. He played great.
How about Aaron Luchuk? And you look at his 28 regular season goals, 4 more in the playoffs in their first round exit to the London Knights, and added a couple of here, including the biggest one he'll ever score.
Logan Stanley, great leader, great player. He's with Rob.
Logan, it has been a difficult year for you with the injury. You had the time to rehab, and now you're a MasterCard Memorial Cup champion.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. This year's been a lot of ups and downs, and this has been one of the best moments of my life, and I'm glad I got to share it with these guys.
Coach mentioned that you took a leadership role. You really wanted to get involved. You tried to unify the team. Was that something you were trying to do?
Yeah, I think so, but we got so many leaders in this room. Right from the rookies to the overagers, this is the closest team I've ever played on, and we're champions now.
You told me when we talked during the game plan was to stick to Windsor Spitfire hockey against a very talented Erie squad.
Yeah, we did just that, and we shut them down in the third period. We did what we had to do, and now we're champs.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's what it came down to, offense against defense in the very end, and Windsor's defense was able to stop those great scorers of the Erie Otters and not let them get that goal to tie it up.
How many times, RJ, were we in this building? Did we witness third period collapses where the Windsor Spitfires sat back, and for whatever reason it happened over and over again? Well, this game was different, and I don't know if Rocky Thompson used some sort of trigger during some stoppages in the third period, but whatever it was, much better in the third period, protecting that lead, forcing the Erie Otters to come 200 feet, really good in the neutral zone, not allowing Erie to work the transition game, not allowing them to use their speed and skill. Absolutely executed to perfection in the third, and that's why they're able to hoist that trophy right there.
Mikhail Sergachev started the year with the Montreal Canadiens. He ends the year as a MasterCard Memorial Cup champion. Rob?
Misha, this has been quite a season for you. You wrap it up with a championship. What's going through your mind right now?
I don't know what to say. This explains everything, man. Like this is just the best. I started playing this season in NHL, and now like we're champions, Memorial Cup champion. And I don't know what to say, to be honest with you.
Defense was key for your team. You wanted to play good defense. You did that against a very good offensive team.
Yeah, obviously we shut their offense down, and we scored some power play goals. That was unreal, and we just did everything we could.
I watch you here. You keep looking around at the crowd. You look up. You can't believe it.
To be honest honest with you, I can't believe it. Like, I was thinking about this morning, and I was like, if we win it, it's going to be like the best thing ever. So it's the best thing ever, and I'm looking for my dad now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Such a wonderful moment for these Windsor Spitfires. Todd Warner, you've covered this team consistently for a couple of seasons. Your thoughts right now?
I'm drained watching that, I got to be honest. And if you had told me in January when this team was, playing uninspired hockey and they were injured and there was suspensions, that they would be here playing this way, playing so well together and in sync, and it's just terrific to watch.
Colby, you've won this trophy. What are they feeling right now?
Yeah, it's seeing this again 2 years in a row, my second year doing the Memorial Cup. You get goosebumps watching the celebration. Look at these kids. When I came into this tournament, and by the end right now, looking at this team, I think gutsy. It was a gutsy win. It was a gutsy tournament for them to come in 44 days off, and the way they battled against a really skilled Erie team and come out on top. So well-deserving and major guts to the Windsor Spitfires.
And every single player that receives the MasterCard Memorial Cup is getting a large cheer here from the fans at the WFCU Center. RJ?
All right, Jeff, but no cheer was louder than the one Michael DiPietro got. He's a fan favorite, and he was the best goalie at this MasterCard Memorial Cup, and so often the team with the best goalie wins. That happened here. Here's Rob.
Well, when you lifted the cup, you got a rousing cheer from this crowd. What does it mean to you?
It means everything. The work everyone put in on this team, just going to the tournament cold. We're facing 3 champions of the other leagues, and to do what we've done, something everyone's going to cherish forever.
You brought in and said to us right from the start of this tournament, you felt confident about your game.
Yeah, for sure. Once you start doubting your game, you start opening up holes. And, once you, everything just panned out this game throughout the whole tournament for us, showed our character battling back from 2, and I'm so happy.
Now, you're a local guy playing in front of your crowd. What does it mean?
Lots of words again. To be able to do it, especially in front of my hometown crowd, in front of my family, my billets, there's no better feeling in the world, and I'm just so grateful.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh, what a great young man Michael DiPietro is. And what a thrill as the buzzer went to end the game. He was a busy young man as this game ended. But the stick's gone, the gloves are gone. It's time to wait the onslaught of teammates. That's what they wanted. They've got it. They've got it.
Stand up front.
Rocky Thompson.
Look at that. The stuff he's had to go through this year. Players in and out of the lineup, injuries, suspensions, trades, acquisitions, and then the disappointment of losing in the first round. Oh yeah, that is one happy man, as he should be. Deservedly so.
That was not easy. There's Trevor Letowski. Jared Smith, they were right there, flanking Rocky Thompson all the way. And that was a great coaching staff.
Jimmy Bedard, the goalie consultant here, along with Paul Billing, the goalie coach.
Yeah. Most relaxed he's been for the last few hours.
for the last few years.
That was great watching his emotion throughout the game, and it worked out for Warren Reichel. Bob Bugner has it now.
Interesting to see where Bob ends up. You hear his name being bandied about all the coaching positions in the National Hockey League. There's Paul Billing, the goalie coach, who's worked so hard with Michael DiPietro. They never wavered in their preparation. And to think that that 44-day layoff, when you look back at it, RJ, I think really helped galvanize the group. When you're forced to work hard, you bind as one, and you say, oh, let's do it for each other, let's do it for each other. And all that hard work has come to fruition with this win when everybody thought it would be an impossible task.
Windsor strings together 4 straight victories. They hadn't won 4 in a row since before Christmas. They timed it really well. They win. Here's Rob.
with one of the co-captains, Jalen Chatfield. You win 4 in a row at the right time.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a blessing. You know, we have such a great group of guys here, and we stuck with it all year, even after getting knocked out first round, and just battled through it and prepared ourselves for the Memorial Cup. And look what we did. We came here and we won. That's what we were looking to do.
All the players told us about the pain you had to endure with those 44 days, but you came in with a very set game plan.
Yeah, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So we just worked through it, battled through it, and we know if we stuck with our game plan going into the Memorial Cup that we were going to be good.
You beat the 3 league champions in the round robin. You face Erie in the championship, a very good offensive and defensive team.
Yeah, we played three great games earlier, and then we had to play Erie again, which is one of the best teams in the CHL, if not the best. And they battled hard both games, and we just looked, play our game, and we won.
Go get the picture you want.
He's got to get in there. One of the co-captains, Jalen Chatfield, Jeremiah Addison. They alternated that C back and forth. 2 veteran guys. They were both great. Michael DiPietro, he's right down there.
Mario Kalina, the backup goaltender. The 2 guys have worked so well together over the last couple of years here for Windsor. And DiPietro took the ball this year. He started the run with it. And this is the start of something pretty awesome for DiPietro. He'll end up at the NHL Combine and end up in the NHL draft to see where he goes. To meet him is to love him.
He is wonderful, and every team loves a champion. Michael DiPietro. He's a champion in his draft year. So is Gabriel Velarde. Jeremy Bronco right in front there. He had a huge game. And Rocky Thompson, he was great this morning. He said, we did all the work. The work is done. We go out tonight and we have some fun.
And they did that. Extremely well-executed game plan. Took advantage of all their opportunities, capitalized on those. Great shot blocking efforts. Excellent penalty kill. Killed 3 out of 4.
That's the picture they all dream about. Windsor has it now, and Michael DiPietro getting back to his feet. It's an emotional night for Warren Reichel, but he's with Rob.
Well, we had Warren Reichel on camera. It looked like you suffered so hard in this 60 minutes, but now, for the 3rd time, you're holding this cup.
Yeah, it was an unbelievable game. You know what, Erie Otters, we beat them twice. We deserve it. You know, I don't know what happened the last 40 days. I don't know. But Rocky gets all the credit, Trevor and Jared, and, you know, the boys caught a bolt of lightning, and they ran with it, man. It was unbelievable, and hometown kid Mikey's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
We talked to you just after trade deadline, and you're exhausted, but you put the pieces together, and it was a team that came together.
There were so many guys in our division going for it. Brownie's probably the best GM right now. He made so many good trades. You know, London made trades, and it was a shared effort. And yeah, it was different, very difficult. Not like the other 2 championships. It was a slow crock pot putting a guy together every month. So it's been good.
9 and 10. You had a powerhouse team. This one, as you said, it came together slow. How does this feel now lifting this cup?
It feels great. This is so hard. Look at Bracco. It's so hard work. Scouts, coaching. But here it is. We got it. It feels good.
Warren, thanks.
Thanks, Pat.
He's worked up a lather, but he can celebrate. He's done it. Windsor Spitfires win the MasterCard Memorial Cup. What an emotional game for Warren Reichel. You could see it in his interview with Rob right there. Just so many emotions coming out. That's one of the great things about a championship. And he talked about the crock pot and letting it simmer and cook, and it took a while. But Windsor didn't have a healthy team until the MasterCard Memorial Cup. So those 44 days off were a bit of a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, I think so. It allowed all those things to heal up, allowed the team to really bond together. But when I go back to 2009, 2010 teams, you think about Taylor Hall, you think about Ryan Ellis, Adam Henry, Greg Nemes, Zach Cassian. That team was pretty much self-sufficient, and so many players came back from 09 to 10 that Warren Reichel didn't have to do a ton of work. But when they found out they were hosting, he looked at his team. He'd had to fight through the penalties from no draft picks and so on and so forth, and had to really work the corners to be able to come up with guys and make deals. and he did that. And it took a long time to get it done, and I think that's why it's so satisfying, so gratifying for him when you look at him, because of how much hard work went into this when you look at the 09 and 10 teams, and it was a little bit more on autopilot than what this one was.
And he said they had to beat Erie twice, so you earn it when you do that. Windsor was able to do it. They win 4 straight at this MasterCard Memorial Cup. First host team to win since 2012 and the 3rd championship in their franchise history. The Windsor Spitfires win it all in 2016-17. Jeff?
RJ, thanks very much. There's been some wonderful stories over the 99-year existence of the MasterCard Memorial Cup, and this has to be right up amongst the top. They knock off the Seattle Thunderbirds, the St. John Sea Dogs, and then the Erie Otters twice, Colby. I don't think we can really talk enough about just how remarkable an achievement this is for the Spitfires.
Yeah, well, you know, coming into this tournament, all the talk was how littered these teams were with talent and draft picks and what a show it was going to be. And as the tournament filtered out, it was Erie and Windsor that were the class of the tournament with the way they played, and I loved watching Erie. I loved watching the way they played and the way they got up the ice and executed, and to see the gutsy effort that Windsor put forward with their game plan and their planning. Incredible. You can say you earned it. They definitely earned it beating that Erie team.
Absolutely true. Todd, want to get your thoughts in a couple of seconds, but first let's send it down to Rob Falls, who's with Logan Brown.
Logan, the guys on the panel were just talking about the game plan that Rocky and the coaches put in place for the 44 days, and then when the tournament hit.
Yeah, I mean, everyone bought into the game plan. We bought into the systems. We played together the last 2 weeks here, and I mean, you saw it tonight. We were doing anything it takes to win this, and in the room we said, you know, whatever it takes, we got to make the last 6 weeks worth it, and we did that tonight.
It's a frustrating year for you. You had some injuries, but you had time to let them heal. It was like that through the lineup, and you came in as a healthy team.
Yeah, I mean, I think we only played 2 games all year with a healthy lineup, and that's it's crazy when you think about it. And you know, through all the adversity and all the injuries, all the little things that guys had to go through throughout the year, and you know, these last 6 weeks, we really bonded together through that, and you know, that makes this so much sweeter.
That's what I was going to say. What does it mean to win with these guys?
Unbelievable. I mean, this is the closest group of guys I've ever been a part of. You know, we were watching a video there before the game, and guys were tearing up. We don't want this group to end, and after this, you know, we got a couple more weeks together.
Enjoy it.
Thank you.
Jeff, Logan Brown.
Draft pick of the Ottawa Senators. Todd, put this into perspective here. I mean, you live in the area, you played for the Windsor Spitfires, you cover this team. Give us some perspective here.
Well, I mean, as players, you know, I think we both understand that you put the work in to get this done. And when you win a championship, it is ultimately the players that have to go out there and do it. But I don't think you can underestimate what the staff of the Spitfires have done for 6 weeks with a group of teenagers to keep them on task. Anybody with teenagers at home, and I have one, a weekend's tough. 44 days. What an accomplishment for Rocky Thompson, and the sky's the limit for this guy as a head coach and his staff for what they've been able to do to keep these guys on task and focused, and look at the fruits of their labor. It's great stuff.
It's been great stuff. It's been great stuff all week. On behalf of Colby and Todd, I want to thank you for joining us here in Windsor over the past 10 days. Really has been our privilege to present the MasterCard Memorial Cup to you, but it's not just us on the set here that we want to thank. It's not just RJ, it's not just Sam, it's not just Falsey, it's the people working behind the set, behind the cameras, in the truck as well, the organizing committee here in Windsor who've been planning this thing for well over a year. It's Warren Reichel, and who didn't love those visuals we saw of the man they call Bundy? He lives it every single shift. It's the fans here in Windsor. They live it, shift in and shift out. We've been treated to some wonderful hockey here by 4 wonderful teams, each representing their major junior league. No shame for a team like the Seattle Thunderbirds. They're the champions of the Western Hockey League. No shame for the St. John Sea Dogs, the champions in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, and no shame for the Erie Otters. They won their OHL championship, beating Mississauga. Before that, they beat powerhouses. They beat the London Knights. They beat Owen Sound to get here. On behalf of everybody here at Sportsnet, both in front of and behind the camera, we thank you for tuning in. It's been our privilege and our pleasure to present the 2017 MasterCard Memorial Cup to you. But before we send it off, we want to send you off with some wonderful visuals from what has been a wonderful tournament. And congratulations to the Windsor Spitfires 2017 2017 MasterCard Memorial Cup champions.
It's such a huge honor, you know. I mean, every year only 22 kids can say they win it.
Be a national champion, it's going to stick with you forever.
It's the hardest trophy to win in hockey. I think very few people really realize what the Memorial Cup really stands for, and the people that fought for this great country. It's each and every veteran that sacrificed their life.
Tell me I'm not dreaming.